The smell of sweat never gets old here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Zach Solari alongside Logan Ward and our special guest today, Eric Peterson. It's a great game, great day for some hockey today. Here's what's going on today. NC State will be taking on the James Madison Dukes, a team that State walloped back in February in the ACCHL tournament. 8-4, knocking out JMU. Tonight's going to be a little bit of revenge. Some quick happenings, of course. JMU yesterday did end up winning in overtime yesterday in a raucous game. And I'm talking raucous, boys. I'm not joking here. They won 10-9 in overtime against Elon. And I know a lot of you are going, oh my gosh. So tonight's keys to the game are going to be brought to you today by Eric Peterson. We'll be talking a little bit more about how defense can improve. So more importantly, Logan, we were at the State game last night. A lot of things happened there. Incredible come from behind victory. Sort of walk us behind sort of the biggest events that happened last night.
Well, you got to talk about the most important event, which was the overtime winner by Riley Johnson. Riley Superman Johnson, as you so eloquently put it. So his from behind victory with that shot in overtime really sealed the deal, but it was a process throughout the entire second and third periods where the offense was a lot more aggressive, the defense shored up the things that it needed to do, and altogether State came from behind in a really great way.
More importantly, they rebounded from a very lackluster first period in which State was not able really to generate any chances, finish off their passes, opportunities, anything like that. But one of the biggest things, of course, that we're going to be talking about tonight is special teams. This was an area that Coach Gazzillo was talking to me about last night in the post-game interview. Not a positive area for the Ice Pack. 1-5 on the power play last night. That's 5 power play goals on the season. Much better in the West Virginia weekend just 2 weekends ago. But in tonight's match, that needs to change. Penalty kill last night was a little bit on the lackluster side as well. 2 for 5. Logan, what did you see on those special teams last night?
It was really just a disappointing showing for the Ice Pack in terms of special teams. They lost every battle in the neutral zone, and they really just couldn't get anything going on the breakaways, or really even the face-offs, losing out on many of those, and that's why they fell into a hole early in that first period. They were better in the second and third periods as they were all around, but special teams, they've got to shore up here tonight if they want to get a win.
One thing they need to show up on as well is the quick starts, another area that we talked about a lot here, Logan. Quick starts are important. We always emphasize how State needs to get that first goal within the first 10 minutes to gain any momentum. Logan, and really in any sport, including hockey, getting off to a quick start is extremely important.
Oh, incredibly. You have to have that quick start going, especially, like you said, that score in the first 10 minutes. It gets the ball rolling on your momentum. If you can keep that up through the entire game or get an early lead and just defend it, you're in a best position to win.
Now, Eric, today we're going to talk a little bit about JMU. So as far as you know, what do we know about JMU coming into this game?
Absolutely, they share the puck a lot. They have 2 guys who scored 3 goals each, but they were in 10-9 overtime win last night. So they have a lot of guys that can score. They can share the puck a little bit. So you have a lot of guys who can attack the NC State defense.
Goaltending tonight will be at a premium as well. Last night, Tom Harris got the start last night against Elon University, in which it was a wild back and forth 10-9 game, as you can imagine. I believe JMU was actually up 6-2 heading into the third, so that was a very interesting game for sure. Tonight, Jess Hart, I finally got that name right, will be starting for the Ice Pack over Joey Hall. Joey Hall, of course, playing very well last night. Let's talk a little bit about Joey's game here, Logan.
Joey, he struggled in that first period, but he really settled down. It seemed like he just got settled in the home opener there. It took him some time, but after that first period in the second and third, he didn't allow anything, after allowing 3 goals in the first period. So you definitely want to have him ready for Navy tomorrow.
Especially that. Joey Hall did play a lot out of his crease yesterday, very all over the place as well. But one thing, of course, before we segment into anything else, we need to talk about the leader of this team, the captain, Sam Banashevitz. Yesterday, leading in incredible style, kick-started the comeback, getting the first goal last night against George Washington. Exactly. A little bit of a mind blank. It's been a long day, of course, but in terms of George Washington, what did you see from them yesterday heading into today? It's going to be a wild tournament.
They've really just got to keep their momentum going. You know, they're 3-0 so far. They've just got to keep this momentum going. They won a good game against George Washington from behind victory. The overtime win, you just got to keep that ball rolling throughout the rest of this weekend.
Absolutely. Ryan Kinney today will be out, as told before by head coach Mike Gazzillo. Extremely important, one of the alternate captains for the NC State Ice Pack. Banashevitz will be the only player with the letter on his sweater today. Ice Pack today will be rocking the red and black once again, black and red, primary home colors. We're going to take a quick break right here on PackTV, and when we come back from the break, we'll be talking a little bit more with Eric here about JMU right here on PackTV. We're about to hear Wade Minter announce the legendary "Here Come the Pack" as the teams come on for warm-ups today. Zach Sawai alongside Logan Ward and special guest Eric Peterson. Coming into this game, of course, James Madison is coming in off a 10-9 victory last night. Huge victory, back and forth as well. We're going to talk a little bit about that more here today. 10-9, that's going to bring a lot of fatigue into tonight.
Definitely. That's something we'll have to look for here. How much energy they can bring in the first period. Obviously, we talked about State need to bring more energy here, and we'll see how James Madison can rebound after a 10-9 overtime win last night.
The biggest thing, of course, college hockey plays most of its games on weekends, so there's no troubles with the typical back-to-back games like you might see in the NBA or the NHL, anything like that. But this is a 3-game weekend here, Logan, and we're going to be here bright and early tomorrow as well, broadcasting NC State's game against Navy. It's going to be a huge one for sure. NC State, of course, playing a huge game last night, winning it overtime. Does fatigue carry over into tonight at all?
Absolutely. Fatigue's always in question. Even if you've got a week of rest, fatigue is always a question. It's a method of whether or not you're sleeping enough and just in general having enough energy, especially playing last night. They've got to make sure that they rested and they're ready for today. And they've got an early turnaround time for Navy tomorrow, so they got to conserve what they can tonight.
Especially concerning rest. Will we see rest today? Will we see a little bit more of a jump from leading scorers in Ian Rush and Ryan Scott, the leading scorers for the James Madison University Dukes?
Yeah, we'll have to see what they do here. Ian Rush and Ryan Scott, the top two goal scorers at 3 apiece. Obviously, they have a lot of guys that can score with them too, but obviously James Madison goes as they go, so we'll have to see what kind of energy they bring right from the get-go here.
Aiden Phipps as well last night brings the overtime winner for JMU against Elon University. Ask you both this because there was both overtime wins last night. We'll start first with you, Eric. Talking about an overtime win in a 10-9 game, do you think they felt relieved after that win or what?
Oh, absolutely. Overtime game there. It's sudden death. Overtime, you gotta like that. You can take an L or you can take a W. So obviously, I'm sure they were relieved and they're ready to go at it again today.
Riley Superman Johnson, of course, gets the overtime winner last night. State has been very good in terms of back-to-back games, except for one of the most torrential weekends last weekend where State traveled to UNC Charlotte and to Clemson, where they lost both of those games, but that was without Sam Benishevitz, of course. They're typically good in back-to-backs. Last year, like we were talking about, State went 2-1 in the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. Will we see something similar tonight where State lost the second game? Do you think State has a good advantage tonight against a JMU team who had a long game last night, or will State see a similar result last year where they were defeated by Virginia 6-1?
I imagine that we're going to see definitely some different things. It's hard to tell at this point what's going to happen because you never know what's going to happen. It's why we play the games. But still, Ice Pack definitely looked good last night, so they're hoping that the momentum can carry them to 2-0 right now in the tournament.
It's going to be huge as well, and getting those points as well. State at 9 points. James Madison, I believe, at either 3 or 6. You get 3 points for a win, 1 point for an overtime loss or a tie, 0 for a loss because you can't get points if you lose, sadly. But going into tonight, goaltending is going to be sharp. We did talk about it a little bit earlier. What are your thoughts tonight in terms of Tom Harris? Tom Harris is a little bit shorter in height-wise than Daniel Toth. Daniel Toth was the goaltender who did play last year for JMU in the ACCHL tournament. In terms of goaltending, you have a little bit of a smaller goaltender, as we saw last night with Joey Hall and Alec Astorga. Vastly different styles, same height. Difference between a big-body goaltender and a small goaltender.
Yeah, we'll have to see what he's able to do tonight. Obviously, the James Madison team likes to score. They'll try to keep that up, and defense will definitely have to step up tonight for James Madison.
We'll be right back to talk about the skills competition that happened today, right here on PackTV. On the ice now for the Ice Pack and the Dukes, Zach Sawai here alongside Logan Wood and our special guest today, Eric Peterson. Before we talk about some lighter side things with the skills competition, we do need to inform you on a few things. Ellis Rushford last night was ejected for a penalty, but because it was not a fight, he will not be suspended for today's game. He did rack up 15 minutes in penalties last night in total, 5 for the major, 10 for a misconduct, and an automatic ejection from the game. Cam Mazikowski, you did see him get thrown out last night, but he only got a 2-minute minor for, I believe it was roughing or boarding. I'm not sure. It all started with that rustle and tussle in the corner right there, as I dubbed it in my lack of dictionary terms, as I like to call it. Cam Mazikowski will head into today's game with a slight bit of a lip injury. Just a few stitches last night, nothing too serious about that as well. Heading into tonight, how important is it to have those two cornerstone defensemen on this team?
Oh, it's extremely important. The two of them anchor this defense, and having both of them available is extremely important to the game all around for everything that they provide. Knowing that you have a stalwart defense back there, it gives you confidence going forward that you can attack without any sort of implications.
Cam Mazikowski as well last night did not register any points. Was watching him just a little bit during warm-ups. He is an incredibly dynamic skater. We hope to see him score some points today. But now, a little bit aside from all the point statistics and all the blah, 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 let's talk about some fun stuff here. Today, the Stephen Russell Tournament threw on a skills competition for all the teams here today. State and JMU did partake in that. We do know what happened with State. Logan, fill us in.
Well, the Ice Pack did very well. Peter Zarek won Best Skater competition, and Joey Hall came in second in the goalie skills competition as well.
There was a lot of performing Ice Pack players as well. Sam Benishevitz was there. A lot of the skaters did perform, but did not, sadly, participate or win anything. The Ice Pack finished 4th in the skills competition standings, and I believe the first team was Virginia. If I'm not mistaken, we will check those points for you. There's a board right outside as soon as you walk into the arena. We'll get that checked out as soon as we can. Now, in terms of tonight, of course, it's the first home tilt at the Iceplex Stephen Russell Tournament. There are tons of raffles outside. How important is it to have these games where you could have something with charity implications?
Having charity implications is always fantastic because it's a team giving back to their community, especially the Ice Pack. They're very active in the community, doing all those different things. So having stuff like that with the raffle and everything, it's just another way to give back to the community and get them involved.
James Madison today icing only, I believe, 15 skaters today, along with 1 goaltender, 9 forwards, and 6 defenders. Now, Eric, here's the thing. Typically, on a regular team, on a regular night basis, James Madison does have 20 skaters in their organization, but tonight they're only adjusting 9 forwards. We only have 12 forwards. This means an extra line will be playing an extra shift each period. It's going to be tiresome. How will they be able to balance that, especially with 1 goaltender who, if has a bad performance, they can't pull?
Definitely, they're going to have to step it up tonight. Obviously, when you're facing some kind of setback, guys are going to have to step up today for James Madison. So we'll have to see how they can do with that.
Several healthy scratches coming in today for the Ice Pack, as several players could not play tonight because they will be playing tomorrow morning, getting some final rests and tune-ups and things like that. We will be right back to talk about Logan's 3 keys for the Pack and Eric's 3 keys for JMU right here on PackTV. Welcome back to the Raleigh Iceplex here in Raleigh, North Carolina. Zach Solai alongside Logan Ward and our special guest today, Eric Peterson. Big thing today here, Eric, before we get to our 3 keys of the game. Last night for JMU was a huge contest, a lot of back and forth. Should they focus a little bit too much on defense, or should they try to spread it apart? Because last night, giving up 9 goals is not something exactly you want to remember going into today.
We'll have to see what their game plan is to start here. Obviously, scoring is something they're good at, and they'll want to do that, but they'll also have to step it up defensively tonight against the Pack.
Transitions well into JMU's 3 keys. Eric, what do you want to see from them tonight?
They're definitely going to have to keep the momentum going here from last night. Obviously, a big 10-9 overtime win. They're going to have to keep that momentum going. As we said earlier, NC State was 2 for 5 on the penalty kills. So we'll have to see if James Madison can take advantage of that and just keep sharing the puck like they have done their first 2 games. They've had 2 guys with 3 goals, and they have a lot of other guys who can score it too. So
having guys that can move up and down the roster is extremely important, like we talked about last night. Logan Riley Johnson, second line right winger, gets the game winner. 3 keys, how do they carry this momentum forward?
Well, they got to keep their energy going. They've got to keep this energy going, and they've got to manage it for the next game, because they do have another game this weekend against Navy, the early tilt tomorrow. They've also got to improve their special teams. As we touched on earlier, very poor performance in both power plays and penalty kills, And you got to reduce the amount of penalties, too. Too often were they on penalty kills because they were in the box 5 times on penalties, especially with that ejection coming. They've just got to reduce the amount of penalties if they want to see any sort of success today.
Tonight is the first true home tilt for the Ice Pack today. Logan, how do you think the players feel being back in the Iceplex, which is their normal home?
Oh, it's always a great feeling. You know, this home court advantage, you know that they're excited to be back open here. It's a magical feeling, and I'm ready for tonight.
Crack open the beers, crack open your laptops, get ready to take some notes, improve the fantasy here for college hockey as the Ice Pack take on the JMU Dukes. We will be right back to bring you some lineups and everything else you need to know right here on PackTV.
We want to welcome you back here today to the Ice Pack game. Zach Solai here alongside special guests in Logan Ward and Eric Peterson today. Looking forward to a great broadcast today. Bringing you some quick lineup adjustments as the teams get ready to play. It looks like they will be playing on dirty ice today.
That's about right.
They will not be cleaning the ice whatsoever.
Should definitely have an impact on the game. People moving around.
Some quick adjustments today to the Ice Pack lineup before we get any further in today's match. Biggest things today as well, the Ice Pack will, compared to last night, have scratched several forwards. Biggest thing tonight is Vedetta will be switching over to the fourth line right wing. Yesterday he was on the fourth line right wing. Owen Drugan will step in today for the first time this season, did play in the West Virginia games, announcing the starting lineup. Looks like Coach Kazilla will be going with that first line of Owen Drugan. No, Nikita Anistertov will be going with, it looks like, number 23, which I would not be surprised. That is Laith Jadala. NC State's very own Sam Benishevitz as well will be on the right wing of that line. Eric Mura alongside Ian O'Rourke on that top defensive unit. In net tonight for his first home start, it'll be Jess Tart. That'll be a name I want to get right for a while here. Of course, first line for the James Madison University Dukes will be Keegan Kelly, Ryan Scott, Nick Pompelli, Ian Rush, Nick Peace, and Tom Harris. Here's the national anthem. Home of the Wolfpack as the fans chant here. Zach Solai bringing you live action alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson. Biggest changes today is the fact that Ryan Kinney will be stepping out of the lineup today and will be replaced by Owen Drugan, as we were talking about earlier. Eric Todd will be on the second line left wing alongside Alex Robinson and Riley Johnson. Biggest differences from last night is that the veteran leadership of Kinney will not be there. Kinney, of course, is a very silky, smooth skater and scorer if you get him started. We're excited to bring you live action here, of course, as always. Tonight, starting in net for the Dukes is Tom Harris. Both goaltenders are very large. Eric here was a little bit surprised heading into this game for sure. Nikita Anistertov, a player that NC State has missed dearly, is now coming into the lineup to take the opening draw against Keegan Kelly. And we're here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Welcome to tonight's tilt. Zach Solai bringing you here live action alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson as the puck is now battled in the corner, taken back in the JMU end, and now carry forward. There goes Keegan Kelly. Keegan Kelly with a little bit of a dump and chase play all the way to the other side to Pompelli. Pompelli now with the chip in, and Eric Muir will now take control of it. Laith Jadala now. Jadala now will hang on to it, and it is flittered ahead to Ian Rush, who now takes it forward. Sam Benishevitz now to an open man in the slot. Jadala just wide. Great opportunity from the Ice Pack so far on the attack. Mura with a click bomb. Nobody there. Banishevitz to the rebound. And it's in front. They score! Right off the bat, Laith Jadala in the slot. 1-0 Pack off a pass from Banishevitz.
Absolutely wonderful sustained attack right there. Jadala just capping off what was a wonderful possession overall. They ricocheted off the goalie once or twice, but they managed to just stick with it and are rewarded with an early goal there. Jadala finishing that off nicely with a shot just right across the middle there.
Huge start here for the Pack, as we were talking about.
Now, and Benishevitz showing that veteran leadership right here, doing a wonderful job just getting that pass to Jadala, trying to get a score of his own there, but Jadala.
Johnson moving forward. Now Eric Todd has the puck, and now it is back at the blue line. Devin Halco now. Halco having a good game last night, someone we talked about a lot. Now back in the corner, and the battle is between Eric Todd and, can't see that number there for JMU. Looks to be, can't see who that was, but now the puck is back in the JMU end. Now carried forward. Devin Halco now takes control of it. Now pass forward to Davis Hudson. Now back up, there's Alex Robinson with the puck, and now JMU controls it. There's number 28. That's Brendan Boyle. Brendan Boyle now sends it back in. Hudson now around the back with a quick wheel breakout play up to the top. There's Johnson, a huge little stick tap through the legs there by Todd. Heading through the slot. Todd with the shot, he scores! Eric Todd making no mistake there. 2-0 now for the Pack.
This is an incredible start, a much harder start than they had last night against George Washington. A sustained attack that they haven't really lit up on. Aggressiveness definitely shining through. We talked about that first goal in the first 10 minutes. Well, how does 2 sound for you? It's an absolutely wonderful job. 2 goals in the first 2 minutes here at the Iceplex.
Apologize for the technical difficulties here. My headphones seem to be a little bit too loud.
JMU getting it right here.
JMU now carrying it forward through the zone. Now into the puck battles. Ellis Rusher now in the corner. Will lose that corner battle. In the corner right there was number 14, Stephen Baker. Now carried forward is Alfanzetti. Alfanzetti through the middle. Alfanzetti now goes up. Alfanzetti to the right side. Battled hard by one of the JMU players. Goaltender down. Looks like Tom Harris is out of the game before really it started at all. After giving up 2 quick ones. Seems to be okay, a little bit shaken up. Will JMU call on Daniel Toth? We will find out shortly.
Mazakowski there. Looks like he got a little physical with the defender down low. Looked like he shoved the JMU defender just a little further back into the goalie. Definitely hate to see a goalie injury. But, you know, what's it like having 2 goalies that you think you can depend on?
Yeah, it's got to be tough here. Obviously, the looks like the JMU player the 2 guys got tangled up and made contact with the goalie, and the goalie went down. I don't know if he got hit by the stick or what happened there, but it's got to be tough when you got 2 goalies, and if one goes down, after that, you got 57 minutes of hockey left to play. So that's not something they would want here early here in the first period.
Definitely, but having those 2 goalies that you can depend on, it really is important to these hockey teams. State.
Off a draw win there by Trevor Merchant. Cam Mazakowski will miss the opportunity to keep that puck in the zone as Ellis Rushford will not take control. Up to Mazakowski, who chips it in alongside the boards. No penalties called on that play. Looks like Tom Harris is okay for now. In the corner battle, there's number 7. Looks like it was Kyle Sepelak. He's missing a number on his jersey. Now carried forward, there's number 14, Stephen Baker. Baker taken care of well by Parker Cesarek, who won the fastest skater competition today. Trying to make a spring pass through the middle to Tyler Alfanzetti, just misses it. Alfanzetti throttled alongside the boards, the ACC Scholar of the Year.
Absolutely rocked right there. Hard hit by the JMU defense there.
Ellis Rusher trying to make a chip pass, and there goes Ian Rush. Rush to the middle, just start. No problem for him at all, making the save with 17:03 left to go. Some quick happenings around the league as well. Some interesting things have happened in the game today. Charlotte, the 49ers, the reigning champions today, have beaten West Virginia 4-3 last night. Kentucky has just beaten Navy as well, 1-0 yesterday as well, not including today. Virginia Tech defeated Wilmington, and there goes the Pack through the middle as well, back into the defending end for the Pack. That first line back out there for Coach Gazzillo's team. Surprisingly, this is the first line of defense tonight. Last night, Mura and O'Rourke were on the second line. Mura now behind the boards. Mura now behind the wagons. O'Rourke with a flittering shot to the front of the net, nothing there. Alex Vedetta now on the back check. O'Rourke now sends it flying back in. O'Rourke will chase it. Icing called with 16:30 left to go. Eric, got to talk about how JMU is looking so far. Down 2-0. We're not even 5 minutes in.
Yeah, you can tell NC State's really pushing the puck right now, showing a lot of control. We'll have to see what they do here. Maybe last night's fatigue is starting to kick in a little bit, but just because you start out flat doesn't mean you can't step it up here.
Vedetta to the front, and it's stopped there by Tom Harris. A little bit of an extra shot right there by Vedetta after the whistle. Tom Harris standing tall so far. Not exactly the performance you want to see from a goaltender who hasn't done that well this season. Already is the goaltender that recorded a loss this year. But Daniel Toth, of course, is a towering goaltender. PackTV broadcast crew saw him back in February and was a monster in net. Terrorized the Ice Pack for the most part, even though they obliterated them 8-4. Looks like Coach Gazzillo has made the big change once again. Anistratov has moved to the center, opting to put Laith Jadala on the right wing, Banashevitz on the left. Mura now at the top of the point. Mura now with a good puck control. Banashevitz at the hash marks, trying to find an open man in the slot. Instead finds Mura at the high point. Sam Banashevitz now at the face-off circle. Mura will go for the clap bomb. Save! Party! What a save there by Tom Harris. Poor rebound control there.
Just a great job on offense there, trying to get the best shot available. Great save, though, by the JMU goalie and Tom Harris. There's not much you can really do about that one there. Just a fantastic save, and although they really couldn't control the rebound as well, they still have the attack here.
Banashevitz back to O'Rourke with a tip shot out in front and just wide. Eric Mura now will chip it alongside the boards to Banashevitz. Banashevitz looking for an open man. Banashevitz with a saucer pass over to Jadala. Jadala can't find the open man. Puck is almost cleared out. Mura barely keeps it in right on the blue line. Holy sweet Moses. What a play there by Eric Mura. Now behind the net is Laith Jadala. Jadala up to O'Rourke, trying to get up to the high slot. Jadala finds a man out in front with a tip shot just wide.
Now, the sustained attack from the Ice Pack is absolutely incredible so far today.
Mura, a shot and a save by Harris with the rebound. Jadala can't find anything. Anistratov with the next shot. Still can't find anything there for the Pack.
Harris doing a wonderful job with his body positioning, just taking control of that net.
Banashevitz to Jadala with a little bit of a spinorama with the shot. Banashevitz looking for his third of the year. Can't find it. Banashevitz now back to Mura. Mura Astle at the blue line. Beautiful defensive job right there. That seemed to be one of the JMU players. I believe that was Stephen Baker. Couldn't exactly see the numbers. Some of the numbers have been changed up from what we have learned tonight. We're going to bring you action as best as we can here. Zach Sawaye alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson. Now carried through the middle. There's Todd. Todd to the high slot. Todd with a shot. Cherry picked by Tom Harris.
You have to give James Madison's goalie a lot of credit right here. NC State's getting a lot of good open shots, and he's coming up big right now after that start. He's probably made 3 or 4 saves here, and he's making some good plays.
Coming up big here as well is important here for the JMU Dukes, who are down by 2 here.
Absolutely. And following that early injury, too, it's good to see him at full strength, it seems.
Robinson
Absolutely.
now. Robinson over to Johnson. Johnson with the famous overtime winner last night. Blocked out in front. That was Nick Peace. Johnson handles it well. To the front of the net. Johnson with an open man in the slot. Nobody home. Alex Robinson just misses that opportunity. Puck is chipped back out there. Stephen Baker on the forecheck. Looks like that will be deemed offside. 14:11 left to go here. Logan, far better than last night. Instead of being down 3-0 heading into the 10-minute mark, State is now up 2-0.
It's an absolutely incredible attack, and they've sustained this offense, too. It hasn't just been 2 goals and then they've let up. No, they've kept this attack going so far. If they keep it up like this throughout the entire game, we're definitely going to see a high-scoring game for sure.
Eric Todd now moved to center originally on the left wing slot. Eric Todd with a nice block in the middle. There goes Robinson. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Robinson on the attack and just wide of Todd. Todd sliding into the boards. Looked like a scary little hit on his leg. Seems to be okay. A little slow to get up. Now through the middle. JMU carries it in. That was Keegan Kelly. That first line out there. And a boarding call on Mazikowski. Mazikowski was hit. Someone will be going off. I believe that's Mazikowski heading off once again. Penalty troubles are plaguing the Pack here, Logan. What's going on?
This defense just has to clean up their act. They're getting too many penalties between Rushford and Mazikowski, especially last night. They need to clean that up if they want to sustain this attack, because your defense is key in managing to keep your attack going. If you have trust in your defense, you can trust your offense to do what they do.
Cam visibly frustrated as well in the penalty box off the draw. Alfonzetti will lose it. State was 2 for 5 on the penalty kill last night. A little bit of a scary situation as a few of the Ice Pack fans are wondering, what was that just flying over my head? Hit the netting right above some of the fans right there. Now, Eric, looking at this power play, what does JMU need to do? They got their top scorers out there, Ian Rush, alongside Ryan Scott.
Yeah, Ian Rush, he's already got a shot earlier here in the game. We talked about this before the game started. Penalty kills are going to be big for the Wolfpack, and we'll see if James Madison can take advantage here.
Rush over to his partner in Peace. Peace now will handle up through the neutral zone, kind of weaving through like a needle in a haystack. Now weaving through, there's Peace. Peace over to Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott, one of the team's leading scorers.
Now, James Madison doing a great job here and just controlling the puck, taking their time, looking for the best opportunity that they can, and just trying to stop the momentum that this Ice Pack offense has built already in the game.
At the point, a quick shooting setup, a diamond in one play. There they go with the quick shot over the glove of Jess Hart, just wide. Around the boards, chasing it now is Ryan Scott. Keegan Kelly now trying to find open ice. Miro a little bit out of position there as the Ice Pack set up a diamond formation on this penalty kill with a shot just wide. Went under the pad of Tart.
Good job by the defense there.
Pressured well by Pompelli. Now at the point. There they go. There's Peace. Peace with a shot. Easy save. Oh, work with a blatant check out in front. No call there. He will get the clear on the penalty, though. Handled well there by Tom Harris. Now with only 38 seconds left to go. Power play. How's it looking here, Eric?
They got to start pushing the puck here. Obviously, there's only 30 seconds left, but NC State's here starting to push a little bit, and they've cleared the puck once or twice now, and looks like they might get out of it here.
Cesar tried to chip that puck in. One of the linesmen got in the way. Rush will now set up as the Ice Pack form a little bit of a formation to try and see if they can take the puck away, and they do. Cesaric will clear it back in. The Ice Pack, it's like a kid with Brussels sprouts. They don't want it in their end for sure.
No, they're doing a fantastic job on this penalty kill, just keeping the puck away from their end of the rink. There's not much that James Madison can really do about that.
Rush with the power move. Rush with a quick shot. No problem there for Jess Hart. The penalty kill for the first time tonight.
Penalty killed there. An impressive feat for this Ice Pack. They struggled with it last night. Definitely a better effort here in this first period. Hopefully they can sustain that through the rest of the game.
Oh, and Drugan had that puck and just lost it as Ellis Rushford now has an opportunity to carry it forward. Now in the neutral zone, there comes JMU. Now pushing it forward with the quick shot just wide. We're going to find out who number 4 is for this JMU team soon here on PackTV. Zach Salai bringing you live action alongside Eric Peterson and Logan Ward. Now carried to the back, there's Halko. Halko moving forward. Rushford looking for an open lane. Can't find it. Bodied well.
Very physical play by both teams. Definitely something that I'm starting to notice is a trend for this Ice Pack. Physical play from their offense and their defense. Really just something that is important, especially with that energy that we talked about. They're coming out physical, they're coming out aggressive, and it's something that they're going to need to keep up through this whole game.
Coming through the middle as well here, everyone getting ready to set up their face-offs and everything like that. Quick note as well, Anis Chertoff recorded his first goal and first assist last night for the Pack. Big bodied center down the middle as the first line center for this Ice Pack. Banashevitz now with an opportunity just wide. And a trip right there by Anis Chertoff that will go uncalled. Banashevitz tried to get to the front of the net there for Anis Chertoff. Couldn't find anything. Now JMU will carry it through the neutral zone. Puck is chipped back in behind Tarts. And now Ferrone, one of the extra players on the ice tonight, will come in. Banashevitz. Banashevitz through the middle with a little bit of a nice through the wickets move right there. Lost it. JMU almost had that chipped in just in time, so there will be no icing call. Miles Ferrone, number 12 for the team, passes it up to Leif Jadala, who is now skating on the far side of the boards through the neutral zone. Jadala with a strong forecheck does lose that battle there. Almost had it. Great defense. Lost there by Hudson. A 2-on-1 all the way over, and it looks like Ryan Scott just fanned on the shot. Don't know what he was doing there. Missed on the shot. Wide open net there. Tart was completely beaten. Banashevitz now losing a corner battle. Whatever that holdup is, not sure. Leif Jadala. Jadala now through the middle with a little bit of a bouncing play and a tripping call. Jadala slides into the boards.
I'll have to say, James Madison's getting a lot more physical here. They're starting to match NC State's tempo and their speed right now.
Yes, definitely. It looks like as they've settled down, looks like their defense has settled in and shored up a lot.
Absolutely.
So hopefully they can attack a little bit more is the hope there.
As we were talking about a little bit before, as far as we know from the stat website and as well as JMU's team Twitter, Ryan Scott and Keegan Kelly both lead the team with 3 goals. Keegan Kelly, of course, leading in assists. Ian Rush is the player also with Ryan Scott leading with 3 goals. Now carried through the middle, there's Robinson. Robinson at the top on the Ice Pack's first power play of the night. Robinson looks for an open man. Poked away. Strong at defense by Dayton Cassell. Eric Todd gets past Cassell. Mirror up to the top. O'Rourke couldn't get that one-timer. O'Rourke now working it down the bottom. There's Eric Todd. Eric Todd at the hash marks, trying to find an open man in the slot. Eric Todd decides to go all the way over to Mira. Mira throws it at the net. Stopped there by Harris. And, of course, Eric.
Another big save. Another one.
Absolutely. And you just got to throw those pucks to the net there, Logan. After last night, I believe that is the best power play strategy you can have.
Absolutely. No, they're feeling a lot more confident in their offense based off of the comeback that they had. And, again, talking about the momentum, they're just trying to keep this rolling. And they've done a great job so far in this first period.
All Ice Pack, all first period here so far as the Ice Pack are on the power play. O'Rourke now contains it. Now looking for the open man. Can't find Robinson out in front. Robinson moved to the slot, looking for the crash in the net for the tip. Bodied well there by one of the JMU players. That was Joe Vecchio. Vecchio did a great job of hustling. I believe that was O'Rourke up top. Not exactly sure yet. Names always baffle us here at PackTV. As we heard last night, Logan and I need to vastly improve our dictionaries. I believe last night I said wussle and tussle. Not exactly sure what happened last night, but all I know, you will hear some interesting words on these broadcasts. Zach Sawai, Logan Ward, and our special guest, Eric.
Yes. You've already started talking about Brussels sprouts. I mean,
there we go. Anish to the middle, couldn't find anything there. Banashevitz couldn't keep the puck in with 28 seconds left to go on the first power play for the Pack. Banashevitz, that's a lot of P's there. Mura now. Muir will now look behind, try to make a quick wheel breakout play, just circling behind the net. Tries to make a chip pass for Rushford. A little bit of a miscommunication back in the Pack end as Muir sends it forward to Banashevitz through the middle. Banashevitz with the power move. Can't get to the front, just wide of the net. Rushford crashing into Tom Harris, the goaltender. Jadala now to Banashevitz. Now at the top, Rushford bodied away. There comes the Dukes. Now pushing forward, that's number 12. That's Colin Hurley. Beautiful power move, can't get it all the way through. Mazikowski showing why he was the ACCHL Rookie of the Year. Great defense. Jadala out to the front, can't quite get it. Now push all the way back in. That was Dayton Cassell back in the lower end. Now pushing it forward is Hurley. Hurley now through the back, and the Dukes look to get a change. Great pressure here from the Dukes so far here, Eric.
Absolutely, they're starting to step it up here, and they were able to get through the power play, and now they got 5-on-5 here. We can expect them to Ian Rush and Ryan Scott to start getting some good shots off.
Ryan Scott heading off for a tripping penalty there. What happened there, Logan?
Definitely just saw a little bit too much aggressiveness there, and it's good to be aggressive on this offense and this defense. But Ryan Scott definitely he got his stick under the skate there, and you can't have that happen.
The biggest thing that happened, what I saw, was Mazikowski again showing why he was the ACCHL Rookie of the Year. What a silky move through the legs of Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott got his stick a little bit too low out in front of Mazikowski. A little tip that I've always learned is the fact that if you put your stick in a situation where it's behind a player, more likely than not, you're going to get a tripping call.
And again, as we talked about earlier, Mazikowski and Rushford, so important to have these two players out here tonight. The defense, so key to sustaining this attack and just controlling the possession, which the Ice Pack have done a fantastic job of so far.
JMU now clearing it out. State 0 for 1 on the power play so far. Parker Cesaric had good possession down in the JMU end, but nothing came of it. Rushford lost that puck. Throttled down by Parker Cesaric.
Physical play here from the Ice Pack so far.
Now
That'll
Cesaric
continue.
will spear it in. Cleared out well by Rush, but Merchant is there on the forecheck to pick it up and can't exactly keep it in. Mazikowski misses that. The next power play unit coming on there for the Pack. We see Robinson, Johnson, and I believe Alvin Zeddy will be coming on as well. My mistake, it'll be Halko, and looks like it's going to be Eric Todd. Situation out there, a little bit of a cussle out in front. Robinson now to the boards. Broken stick on the ice right now. There goes $150 for sure. Devin Halko to the front. Tip in front there by Eric Todd, just wide. Ellis Rushford now back in the corner. Ellis Rushford with a goal this year. Looking for a second. Tom Harris won't let him have it.
No, the goalie play there from Harris, just a fantastic job since letting in those 2 early goals in the period. Hopefully trying to sustain a little bit more of a better defense. It's going to be tough here with the attack from the Ice Pack, but we'll have to see how that turns out.
Yeah, you have to give both James Madison and NC State credit here on the penalty kill. James Madison's holding their ground here on the second penalty, and NC State's 1 for 1 on the penalty kill already.
We want to thank everyone who joined us last night for that very late match against George Washington. Robinson with a shot, he scores! Alex Robinson making no mistake on the power play. Now 3-0 Ice Pack.
Very quick, just out of the gate right there. Robinson saw an opportunity and seized it. Fantastic shot there. Pretty far away, too. We talked last night about a lot of scores coming from crashing the net. This time, coming from a shot from the outside.
Well, we're waiting to see who got the assists on those plays, but now the Ice Pack are 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Huge, huge goal.
I guess I jinxed it, didn't I? I think that's what I did there.
Eric, we got to get you off the broadcast. Keep you on the broadcast, rather. Now headed back into the JMU, and there goes the defense of JMU. Chipped out in front there by Vedetta. Great forechecking from him as well. Number 26, there's Dayton Cassell. Now carried forward by Joe Vecchio. There's Cassell. Looks like JMU doesn't know who they're facing. Just hit each other in the neutral zone. Halko now carrying it through. Halko with a quick chip in. Harris will now handle it.
Communication so key to these two teams. Seeing a little bit of a lack of communication there for the JMU side. These defenses have to talk to each other more, get their zones down, and get settled in.
Now, Eric, 3 goals in the first period, not something you want to see. Do we see a goaltending change heading into the second?
I'm not sure. I mean, right now, to me, it's JMU goalie hasn't done a terrible job right now. NC State's offense is getting a lot of good shots here, but we'll have to see what James Madison wants to do here on out.
This is similar to the Ice Pack offense that was heard to be outstanding in the West Virginia games over the past several weekends, an offense we did not see last night here, Logan. But this offense so far is getting off to a commanding start. This is why a lot of people have the Ice Pack winning the tournament this year in the ACCHL. Very high expectations, of course, now through the middle, and that's iced.
Absolutely, and they're showing why these expectations existed. This offense has been absolutely domineering so far in this first period. 3 very quick goals to start the game here. It's going to be interesting going forward to see if they can sustain this sort of attack.
Yeah, I know I mentioned earlier today, but previous 3 games, Wolfpack had 3 goals. 60 minutes, they only had 3. Here in 15 minutes, they've already matched that. So that's definitely what we were looking for in key points for their game today.
Gazilla must have said something to the team over the night for sure. This Ice Pack team looks vastly different than they did last night. Quicker jumps, more physical, more aggressive. Merchant now with the back pass to Hudson, who's back in the NC State end, chips it forward to the neutral zone. Puck is cleared back in. Rush just bodied down Trevor Merchant. Merchant now working his way through the neutral zone, surveys his options. The Ice Pack enters on a little bit of an interesting forecheck. Play is stopped. 4:02 left to go. Take a look at some of the head coaches. Head coach Mike Gazzillo led his team last year to a 15-7 record when all was said and done after the tournament, 13-7 after the regular season, rather 15-8. Played 23 games last year, great job. Tim Healy now steps in favor of Coach Jeff Wing. Healy was with the team last year, but now will step into a little bit more of a full-time role. as a team's sort of special teams coach. Doing a great job of it so far, obviously. 1 for 2 on the power play tonight as well, killing off the team's only penalty. And goaltending coach Alex Rossetto really teaching the reins as well of Jess Tart, Joey Hall, Ian Hutchison, and Josh Cannon, who tonight are scratched. Bodied in the corner well by Halco. Trevor Merchant now sends it up to Alfonsetti. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Here they come. Trevor Alfonsetti misses it.
Just poked away by the James Madison defense there.
Tyler Alfonsetti, excuse me. Alfonsetti will now try to get it away from Rush. Can't exactly pressure that puck away. Strong movement there. There goes Ryan Scott to the front of the net with a shot just wide. Great shot there by Keegan Kelly. Keegan Kelly looking for his 4th of the year. Off the back, Jess Tart.
Lucky play there for Jess Tart. Looked like it ricocheted off the glass and almost bounced right back off his back.
You remember that commercial a couple years ago, Logan, the one where it was the nationwide commercial and there was a little bit of a slideshow of an adult and his child kind of going, swinging on the swings, going back and forth. The child slowly grew up. Life came at you fast. That was the slogan of that commercial. That puck came at you fast. Great job there by Jess Tart.
Now, good focus there. Way to stay just on the puck right there as he gets it yet again.
Moral of the story, I pay way too much analysis into commercials. Nikita Anistertov now waiting to take the face-off, Logan.
And I don't watch enough TV because I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was an ancient commercial, of course. I'm very old, even though I'm 19 years of age. Jess Tart now with another save. Logan, let's take a look at that mask there on Jess Tart. Looks like it'd be a skull.
That, in fact, is a skull there, Zach. But you have to wonder if there's any sort of motif or if he just thinks it looks cool.
Maybe dead inside like most college students? Not entirely sure. Puck is cleared back in there well by Dayton Cassell. Jess Tart around the boards. Speaking on that, Logan, is actually interesting hockey folklore. Goaltenders like to decorate their masks because they believe it actually will distract the shooter with their elaborate designs.
Joey Hall, especially as we saw last night, having several animated shows such as Rick and Morty, stuff like that on his helmet. It shows off the personality of the goalkeeper as well, as you get a little bit of info into their tastes.
And skaters don't get to have that opportunity as well. There goes Jadala. Jadala tried to find an open man, and Banashevitz couldn't find anything there. Now on the corner, Cassell lost that battle. Banashevitz now. Banashevitz with a quick shot just over the top of Tom Harris. O'Rourke handling it back at the point. With a tip out in front, he scores! Laith Jadala with the tip out in front. 4-0 Ice Pack off a shot by Ian O'Rourke.
A fantastic job there. Just an unfortunate rebound for Thomas right there in the net for JMU. As he lets in more goals, you really have to start considering a goalie change. Or, as we saw last night with Joey Hall, maybe you just stick with him and he settles in.
You see the head coach for the JMU Dukes over there really coaching his players well. A little bit distraught, trying to figure out what's going on. They may give that goal to Ian O'Rourke, but Jadala looks like he did have a stick out in front. Looked like it was deflected, but I could be mistaken. We'll find out very shortly. Logan will be listening here for Wade Minter's call on the play. And now Robinson trying to get it alongside the boards. There's Miles Ferrone, the extra body for tonight. It's good that the Ice Pack has so many players as well to have extra players moving up and down the lineup. Think about like a job that has a lot of people on one particular team. Think of Miles Ferrone as a floater. You can plug him in virtually anywhere.
Absolutely, and having that versatility, really,
here's the call. So they will be giving it to O'Rourke. It looks like Banashevitz will get the assist on that play. Banashevitz now with a goal and an assist on the night. And Jadala will be getting an assist on that play as well.
Even if it didn't touch his stick there, he ran a perfect interference.
Bodied by Rushford. Create a t-shirt out of that one. Gonna be saying that a lot this year. Now Eric Todd. Eric Todd will chip it back in. That was deflected in between the skates of Riley Johnson. Through the neutral zone, back into the JMU end. Been a little bit of a back and forth game here, but for the most part, State showing why they're going to be a great team this year. Costigan with a great move. Tried to find Johnson out in front for Johnson's 8th of the year. Costigan tripped up a little bit. No call there. Robinson now in the corner. Now carried forward. Great tip by Vedetta. And now they're rushing in. And will Tart hang on? And the answer is yes. 47 seconds left here to go.
Looked like just sort of a desperation heave right there. Trying to get something going, if anything. difficulties here for the JMU offense. The Ice Pack's defense has looked absolutely spectacular, aggressive, and just really shutting down anything that the Dukes get going here.
Yeah, we were looking for Ian Rush to get going here. He had a couple shots early in the game, but now it seems like he hasn't gotten any shots lately here.
Costigan back to Davis Hudson. Hudson now up. Costigan was bodied off right there. That was Vedetta. My apologies. 3-on-1 if they hurry. There they go. Vedetta now to the top of the slot, deemed offside. Vedetta now with a little bit of an extra chirp right there. One thing I'll never understand, Logan, these players aren't birds. Why do they call insults chirps?
Really just kind of a lot of banter right there. And that's just kind of the lore of the game, you know. If it's called that, and then its legacy lives on, and so forth.
Costigan now waiting for the draw. Costigan against Vecchio. Drugan on Costigan's flank alongside Vedetta. Looks like it's the fourth line going there for the Pack. Vedetta with the touch. That means the Ice Pack get the win. Face-offs are not something we've talked about this year, Logan. We'll take a little bit of a closer look in our intermission report right here on PackTV. Costigan now with a good chip in the middle of the neutral zone. Davis Hudson lost. There goes the JMU Dukes with good pressure through the middle. Body right there by Brandon Boyle. That's a familiar name for you NHL fans out there. Brian Boyle is a player from the New Jersey Devils who has an incredible story concerning his battle with leukemia. It's a great story to look up if you have time. And there goes the period. The Ice Pack, after one, lead 4-0. I don't want to say it's been a shellacking just yet, but it's been a big game. Logan and Eric, your quick thoughts? We'll go to you, Logan, first.
It's certainly heading towards that shellacking that you were mentioning. If this continues the way it has on offense and defense for the Ice Pack, JMU could be in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, James Madison, they're going to have to step it up here in the second period, get more control of the puck, start pushing it, get everyone involved, and we'll see what they do from here.
We'll talk a little bit deeper about this first period right here in the intermission report on PackTV.
A wild first period here for the Ice Pack as they take control 4-0 so far after goals from several different players. Zach Sawai here, Logan Ward, and Eric Peterson. We first got to talk about special teams tonight. Logan, how has special teams improved tonight?
Special teams has been vastly better than the first game that we saw last night. Really just improved all across the board, whether that be the power play that they've improved upon or the penalty kill. They're perfect so far tonight.
One of the most potent goals that I remember from that period, of course, was Ian O'Rourke's shot just at the end. They did give him the goal. That's his first of the year. Personally, we thought up here that Laith Jadala did get the tip out in front, but it was a good body. He would get the secondary assist. But Eric, what's going on with JMU?
Honestly, they got off to a rough start. NC State came out firing, and coming down 2-0, it's tough. You're going to have to play a lot better. But I thought defensively and offensively did a little bit better. They were physical. They kind of matched it after what NC State did to start. But they're going to have to make some adjustments on defense, strategy, and what they got to do to put more pressure on NC State's defense right here.
Defensive lapses have been huge as well for JMU. They say a lot, though, that the most important player on your team is the goaltender. Jess Hart for the Pack has been doing great. Tom Harris.
We'll have to see what the coaches want to do here in the second period here. Sometimes giving a new goalie gives them a little fresh start, and we can see what they do.
Right off the bat, as you can remember from last year in the ACCHL tournament, Daniel Toth is a monster, standing at 6'8" in net. Gave the Ice Pack some troubles last year, but of course a big body has its ups and downs, of course. But overall, Logan, Eric, your thoughts on the period thus far?
Just a really strong showing from the Ice Pack so far. They just need to sustain this, keep this going. If they can keep this going like it is right now, they'll have no troubles.
James Madison's going to have to limit the penalties here. NC State's proven that they're a fast, physical team. They're going to have to stop getting the penalties and stay even here.
It's been a wild game for sure. We're going to take a quick break here on PackTV. We'll be right back with some more to talk about right after the break.
NC State.
Delighted to bring you back into the action here as the Ice Pack continue to take on the JMU Dukes. Zach Sawai here for PackTV alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson. Some things to catch up on at the end of that first period. Eric Todd registers his second of the year after a raucous weekend in West Virginia last night, going without point. Ian O'Rourke getting that first one as well for the Pack. Sam Banashevitz adds on to his torrential goal scoring pace. Now has 3 goals and 5 assists on the season. Huge props to Ice Pack Game Day, who is really helping out with the team as well. Of course, they are not affiliated with any of us, but it's just a fan who loves the Ice Pack operating on their own time, and to have that fan support coming in for the Pack is outstanding. Logan, how have these Ice Pack fans really changed up things?
Oh, you see how many Ice Pack fans we have out here today. Their presence changes the entire game, really gives the home court advantage that the Ice Pack really need in this situation. The Iceplex is always crowded with state fans, so the Ice Pack, they've got to appreciate having those fans out there.
Robinson as well, getting his 2nd of the year for the Ice Pack this year. Now is 3 points on the season as well. We'll be finding out more things about stats and assists and everything like that, but in the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really matter that much because the Pack are up by 4. Now, Eric, heading into this period, what do you think the message was in the intermission for JMU?
If I were the coach, I'd tell them we need to get a lot more physical here. We need to start pushing the puck more, get in control, and get physical out there, get quicker. Just NC State was doing a lot of good things out there. You have to give them credit, but at the same time, they gotta step it up here.
It's going to be a big game for sure heading into this one as the teams come back on the ice. The Ice Pack are just leaving the locker room. There come the Dukes heading on. Daniel Toth will still be sitting out this period.
Maybe hoping to give their goalie just one more chance, see what he can do right now. Maybe put together something else, hoping that he can perhaps put together a half, much like Joey Hall did in that first game we called.
Tom Harris looking a little bit frustrated as he comes out on the ice, and deservedly so. After a 4-goal period, that's not something you want to be able to start this second period with, as the teams come on, take their early skates, waiting for a quick puck drop. Sam Banashevitz waiting at the side for his team. Looks like everybody has come out, and now there's an opportunity to really take control of this game. The second period, of course, really, to me, is where the game begins. The first period is all fine and dandy, but rebounds, revenge happens within the periods as well, Logan.
Most certainly. And especially the play of Jadala so far has been really impressive. Having a goal and assist himself so far, he's definitely been a presence that the Ice Pack has appreciated so far. With him and Sam Banashevitz, you can't ask for more out of this offense so far.
Coach Gazzillo and crew, of course, is very impressed with the performance thus far, alongside assistant coach Alex Rossetto, and assistant coach Tim Healy. Only one coach on the bench right now for the Dukes. They got to be frustrated. They wanted to come into this game and win after their defeat in February, but it looks like they're not going to walk away with this one. They might end up going 1-1 in the tournament here, Eric.
Yeah, I'd like to add, looks like they're keeping Harris in the game here at goalie. So obviously they have confidence in him that he can hold it down here, and let the defense and the offense take care of the rest.
It's a big opportunity here for the Dukes to regain any momentum here. Looks like lines stay the same. Anis Chertov with a nice head of lettuce on his head. Hockey terms, that means hair.
Yep, he's got some flow.
Yes,
Definitely, for sure. Eric Johnson looks like one of the alumni for the Ice Pack is in the audience today. Winner of the best flow in the ACCHL for the past several years. Now standing as a fan member this year. Zach Salwai here alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson for today's broadcast. Through the middle, the Dukes send it back in. And they did correct the goal to Jadala, just like we thought. Got the deflection out in front. And O'Rourke and Banashevitz will get the assist. And Nishatov in the corner to try to waddle it ahead there. And Nishatov loses it. O'Rourke tries to get it. O'Rourke now through the slide. Really great job trying to work through it. Very silky move. And there goes the Dukes skating forward now. There goes Scott. Scott's in the middle with a shot. Tark got the save. Big performance early so far from State's fresh goaltender.
Great job from James Madison so far, coming out early, aggressive. They've getting a couple good shots here.
No, and you see the Ice Pack a little back on their heels right now. Doing a great job on defense so far, though, in repelling the attack that the Dukes have put forward. But they want to come out more aggressive. They might be hunkering down, like I said, just trying to conserve energy for that early tilt against Navy tomorrow.
Robinson with a goal tonight, now awaiting his turn at the faceoffs. Already had a goal this season. 2 on the season now as we stand. Halco now misses an opportunity to get that puck out. Riley Johnson, Superman Johnson as we like to call him now, Davis Hudson now with an opportunity back in the defensive end. Eric Todd now handling it slowly through the neutral zone. There goes Robinson. Robinson through the middle. Robinson now loses it in the corner. Now Johnson hangs on to it. Johnson with a shot and breaks off the stick right there. I believe that was Ryan Scott. Now Robinson in a foot race over to the corner trying to beat Cassell. That was Boyle, my apologies. Now to the front, Robinson. Huge save by the goaltender. And play is stopped with 18:46 left to go. Looking sharp so far there, Eric.
Absolutely. Another good save there by Harris. Exactly what they're looking for, and they're starting to push the puck more, and they're aggressive on defense too.
Absolutely. It's great to see that so far. The Ice Pack definitely still looking like their aggressive selves so far with their big hits and just always going after the puck. But this JMU team doing a fantastic job of stalling them in ways.
The Dukes now trying to get a little bit of defensive recovery. They can't. Riley Johnson tried to get it. He couldn't. Now carried through. Alex Robinson tried to get that puck back into the slot area. No luck found there. Now carried through the middle. There come the Dukes. Hudson back in, try to get that puck back into his own possession. Loses it. And now the puck goes all the way back. Decent forecheck being put on right now by the Dukes. Looks like to be an aggressive 1-2-2 formation. Basically what that means is they're pressuring that puck. They're not waiting to intercept that pass whatsoever. Davis Hudson now couldn't keep it in the zone. Robinson tried to find it. Play is stopped. Offside. Little interesting fact as well, just a little bit of fan action movement whatsoever. For you interesting fans out there, turns out Riley Johnson played on the same team Trevor Merchant did before coming to state up in British Columbia. Out of all things that can happen, what are the odds of that, Logan?
It's actually pretty incredible. You have to wonder if maybe he had heard about Trevor Merchant and decided to come down to join the Ice Pack as well, hearing about success that Merchant has had down here.
Riley Johnson, biology major here. God bless his soul. Science majors at state. You're doing God's work for sure. And now going through the neutral zone, Alfonsetti can't find that puck as Merchant tried to make something happen. Merchant, of course, New Jersey native, coming back from the British Columbia area. Back in with a good save from Jess Hart, who will hold it on.
Jess Hart looking very impressive so far today.
We got to figure out a name now with that skull mask. we'll figure it out as I update my dictionary with an indefinite timetable.
Always adapting, always learning.
Alfonsetti now with the draw against Colin Hurley. Hurley, of course, looking for his first points of the year. We'll let you know about the stats in just a minute. Now rushing through the middle. Couldn't find any luck right there. Seems to be a fourth line on right now for the Dukes that it's very interesting to watch. Rush won the foot race rather, and that play is called as an icing with 17 left to go. Little, again, interesting hockey folklore as well. Rob Brindamore is number 17 for the Carolina Hurricanes, and on his jersey retirement night, the clock struck 17:17, and the fans went nuts. Everyone stood up and cheered. It was an amazing ceremony, an amazing night as well. The Carolina Hurricanes are also in full support of this tournament as well, retweeting some of the Stephen Russell tournament announcements as well, in full support of college hockey here in North Carolina. Sam Benishevitz, alongside myself, work for the Carolina Hurricanes in an opportunity to help out promotions and awareness of the game. So it's pretty safe to say, people know people.
Absolutely, and the Carolina Hurricanes allowing use of the PNC Arena for the first couple games.
Merchant up to Alfonsetti. Alfonsetti offside.
Good opportunity there. But going back to what I was saying about the tournament, the Hurricanes definitely cultivating this college talent, allowing them to do what they can in this tournament for the Stephen Russell tournament. It's great to see, teams giving back to the community in any way they can, and the Hurricanes definitely active in the Raleigh community around here.
Off the draw, there's O'Rourke. O'Rourke now with an interesting pair with Ferrone. Looks like the Ice Pack are short a player. That's a little bit surprising. Again, we have the floater player. Looks like he's on the defensive unit now. Owen Drugan, Matt Costigan, and it looks like Alex Vedetta now on for the Pack. As mentioned in the last game, Alex Vedetta originally wanted to come in this season as a defenseman, but was slotted as a forward in tryouts. Again, having that versatility, Logan, is essential.
Oh, it's essential. Having players that can play different positions, it allows you to free up specialists and people that can do specific things. Vedetta and Ferrone being able to come in and plug them in anywhere, it's key.
Now handling the puck, that was Scott Oakman. Oakman in the back, and now carry back up. There is JMU's first line. Keegan Kelly loses that little bit of a foot battle with State's fourth line, and there goes Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott, a left-handed shot, big towering body, about the size of Nikita Anistratov, just for a little bit of awareness. Big-bodied centers going up against each other.
Definitely helps with your physicality if you've got a big body. You can check a little bit more efficiently against some of the smaller players, although you might lose a little bit in speed, but some of these players make up for it in many different ways.
High scorers in Ryan Scott and Keegan Kelly, but no performance tonight. What's going on there, Eric?
We'll have to see. We'll have to see.
I think that's what they're saying themselves down there as well. Owen Drugan now in the corner, wins a little bit of a battle. Defended well, I believe that was Cassell right there. I'm wrong, that was Oakman. Farrow now with the shot, and it's gloved down with the rebound out in front. Couldn't find anything right there.
Defense looking good for JMU right
Great
here.
save by Harris, too. Great save.
Vedetta loses the battle and loses his stick. Before Reggie loses his stick right there. A little bit of an interesting play. Costigan now going into the corner. Chipped ahead. Looks like that's Keegan Kelly right there trying to carry it back up. Now carrying it forward are the Dukes. The Dukes miss out on an opportunity. Puck stolen away by Ferrone, doing a great job. There they go. To the front of the net, try to get a shot right there for Pompelli. Pompelli now with the shot, and O'Rourke with the good block. At the back, there's Oakman. Jadala with the breakaway. Sam Benashevitz. Will he do it? Sam Benashevitz. What else do you expect? Sam Benashevitz with the 5th goal of the night for the Ice Pack. Amazing goal. 5-0 now.
Benashevitz just has been absolutely incredible so far tonight. Veteran leadership definitely shining through. We can't talk enough about what he means to this Ice Pack team as a 5th-year senior. Just incredible work here tonight by him.
And I really felt like James Madison lost an opportunity there. They were this close to getting a good shot and goal, and it goes the other way, and it's the other way around. It goes from could have been a 4-1 game, and now it's 5-0 instead.
Yeah.
Sam Benashevitz, of course, with his 2nd of the night. I mean, what else do you expect when you need Captain Clutch to come in? Now a CHA All-Star, not just ACCHL. Sam Benashevitz, of course, in his final year as an Ice Pack member, hit 100 career goals last year, 25 goals, 16 assists, 41 points last season for the Pack. Just hard, that puck through traffic, incredible save. Miles Ferrone just around the back. We're going to wait and see who got the assist on that play. Jadala, I would imagine, gets something on that. O'Rourke now to the corner. Jadala, I believe that's his 2nd point of the night after getting the beautiful tip-in goal off a shot from O'Rourke. Now moving through the middle. There goes. Couldn't see who that was down there. I believe that was Jadala once again. The Pack had that line back out with Anistratov. Anistratov now working through the middle. Puck chipped ahead. Just in the neutral zone, JMU takes control. Players come out for some fresh bodies.
Wonderful job out here by the Ice Pack. Just keeping their sustained attack going. Although they have slowed it down a little bit, they can afford to with this 5-0 lead.
Jadala thrown to the ice right there by one of the Duke players, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. That was Joe Vecchio who had that body hit on Jadala. Joe Vecchio definitely has a good presence here tonight. No points just yet for the JMU Dukes as they're down 5-0. Jadala off a pass from Banashevitz. Banashevitz to the front to the slot. Couldn't find anything. Banashevitz now the trailing man. The Dukes now floddle it back in. Floddle.
Add it to the dictionary we're compiling.
Can someone take notes for me, please? I really want to hear what I say after these games. Of course, developing that dictionary is incredibly important for these games. Make up words on the fly sometimes.
Fantastic job here, again, by the Ice Pack. Can't say it enough times.
Oh, I thought you were talking about my dictionary there, Logan. Now move to the middle. Penalty will definitely be called there. Looks like Brendan Boyle will be taking the C for tripping once the play stops. Ice Pack still have control, waiting for the Dukes to touch it.
Great job on retaining possession, trying to get a shot here while they have the opportunity.
Johnson with a good hustle in the back. Johnson will move to the front of the net. Try to find Robinson for the quick shot on the doorstep, but a great tip out in front by a Duke player. The Ice Pack now 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. We'll try to go 2 for 3.
Duke's defense definitely looking like they're letting their goalie down a little bit there. Lack of communication seeming to be an issue right now for them. They're not sticking to their zones, and that's causing them some troubles and giving their goalie a lot of open shots that he has to deflect.
Yeah, they're going to have to step up here with a 5-on-4. NC State's starting to pick up the aggressiveness here. They're getting some good shots, and defense is going to have to hold it down here.
Cassell taking a seat now for the Dukes, not Brendan Boyle. A little bit of a miss up there. 13-11 left to go here. The Dukes' third penalty of the night. Todd loses the faceoff, needed to win that in order to make something happen, but they do anyway. Robinson around the back to Rushford. Rushford at the point. Handled behind the net. There goes Johnson. Johnson tries to fly into the play like Superman. Robinson looks for Johnson, the open man. Beautiful passing going on right now between the Ice Pack players. Mazakowski with a ripper just off the pad of Harris. Now cleared up in front. Ooh. Harris, of course, giving up 5 goals so far in this game. Mazakowski now skating it through. Mazakowski tried to find a man, finds Todd to the front of the net. Robinson, the trailing man, just high of the net. Johnson now slowly keeping that puck in. Robinson to the front, trying to put that puck top shelf, can't quite find it. Todd to the back, Rusher with a bullet, scores! I think Todd deflected that out in front. 6-0 now for the Pack.
James Madison had an opportunity to clear that earlier too. NC State kept in that zone, and they were able to get a slap shot into the goal.
Again, we're just seeing more of that sustained attack that I've been talking about all game. If they keep going at this goalie, he eventually is going to crack and let in these goals like we're seeing so far. Defense has to step up for JMU. They're giving up too easily. And like you said, Eric, they've got to clear that when they have the opportunity.
I know we talked about it at the intermission, but I think at this point, James Madison's got to make a goalie change here. Got to get off to a fresh start.
Defense definitely was at a loss right there. Beautiful front net positioning there by Eric Todd. I believe that will be his second of the night, if I'm not mistaken. We'll need to double check on that. But still, coming into that, special teams have improved immensely. Ellis Rushford might have gotten that as well. We'll wait for the official call. Looks like Mazakowski was the body in front. That'll be his first of the year. Logan, what a hit on Parker Cesarek. Another big body check. Looks like they will call something. A little bit of another situation. Hopefully we won't have another 10-minute pause to figure out penalties like we did last night, Logan, for sure. Cesarek first thrown to the ice. Then I believe it was Rushford, not exactly sure. And
definitely got his money's worth on that one.
No kidding.
For sure.
Physical play there by the JMU Dukes. You have to imagine they're getting a little frustrated out there, taking it out on these Ice Pack opponents.
I love what Sam Benishevitz told me in the offseason. Ellis Rushford is a feisty player. In his own words, if Ellis don't like you, he'll kill you. Ellis, of course, one of the harder-hitting players on the Ice Pack this year. A great hockey coach as well, as we mentioned last night. Was coaching with him this summer, actually, at a youth hockey camp. All the kids thought he was Jeff Skinner. Babyface.
Looks like Rushford is going to be sent off as well.
I'm not sure if the penalties will cancel out at all. But again, looks like we're going to have another pause to figure out penalties. They should just include a segment in every single game around about the 10-minute mark to figure out penalties. It's a great game ritual, honestly. And now as we wait to figure out things, we can talk about sort of special teams. Eric, what have you seen so far from the JMU power play and penalty kill?
They've had a couple opportunities to clear the puck, and they haven't been able to do that, and NC State's taken advantage of it. You only get so many opportunities to do that, and when you're unable to do it, more times than not, the other team's going to take advantage of it.
Most certainly. Looks like they might cancel out one of these penalties, as a JMU player was brought back out of the penalty box here.
I wouldn't be surprised whatsoever if Rushford got a misconduct penalty. Not misconduct, I couldn't find the right word. Unsportsmanlike conduct.
There it is.
That's the word. Has the same duct ending there. I need to make my own dictionary and read the actual dictionary as it seems. Now awaiting official word from the refs, official word from Wade Minter, Merchant, Alfanzetti. It looks like Cesarek on the ice right now alongside Mura and Mazakowski. The Pack will be heading on the power play, it seems, having 5 bodies on the ice.
Rushford, it seems, he's just got to worry about those retaliatory penalties. He can't retaliate when these players hit him like that. As the old adage goes, you know, they don't catch the first person who did it. They catch you when you hit back.
Quality analysis. Adagi. We're learning new words every day here on PackTV. Zach Solwaye alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson today. At the end of this year, there needs to be an encyclopedia. Absolutely. Sort of a highlight reel sort of things. As we await Tyler Alfonsetti, ACC Scholar of the Year. Matching penalties will be given to both teams. Sitting in the box, of course, is one of the Duke players alongside Ellis Rushford, who will be sitting for 2 minutes.
Ice Pack doing a decent job in kind of removing those penalties from their game, but they do still have 2 so far in this game through 2 periods.
Keegan Kelly through the middle, beats out O'Rourke for the quick shot, finds Jess Tart to make the quick save just wide. Now behind the net, there goes Kelly once again, looking for Scott in the middle. Can't find it. Pack still on the power play here. My apologies, looks like it's 4-on-4 action now. Working through the middle, there's Ryan Scott. Scott now to the front, and chipped out in front. There's Mura with a quick tip out back into the neutral zone. Ice Pack players standing right now, waiting for their team to see what happens. Not much they can do right now. They're already up. I guess they're waiting for fresh bodies, but there goes Rush. Rush now working it third. Rush on the rush with a quick shot just wide of Tart. Looking for another wrist shot here from the back, and they do find one. Tipped out in front just wide of Tart. O'Rourke trying to find out where his positioning is supposed to be on the ice. A little bit of a drop pass miscommunication. Alfonsetti and O'Rourke in the right place at the right time. Now we're circling the wagons back out in front. Mustard and Custard in the corner. O'Rourke in a battle against Rush. Rush wins it. Rush with the shot off the body of Jess Hart.
Just Hart doing a fantastic job right now. His body positioning in goal, allowing his defense to afford what they can.
Trevor Merchant with that try to win that corner battle, and he did. And Mura tried to chip it back ahead. Alfonsetti, and couldn't find that. And out in front, no penalty on that play. No stick was near that. O'Rourke will flitter that in right into the doorstep of Tom Harris.
Great job by the Wolfpack right now. They might have a 6-0 lead, but as you
Todd
can tell.
Cesarek out in front, just wide. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, you're good. They almost scored another goal.
Absolutely. Really good offensive showing here by the Pack, as Cesarek now works it to the front. Cesarek works it around. Cesarek tries to find an open man. Does the appropriate thing, passes it back to Halko. Halko with the shot just wide. Halko the open man, of course. Penalties over. Out in front. Looks like they don't even need a goalie. Beautiful save there from one of the Duke defenders. That was Rush. Rush leading goal scorer and quality defenseman, as we find out.
Maybe their top goalkeeper right now.
Parker Cesarek. Hudson at the top near the blue line. Halko now. Halko bodied. Takes a hit, makes a play. Now work through the middle. Almost losing a stick right there. That was Vecchio. Vecchio, the team's second line center. Vecchio decides to flitter it in for the back play. Off the pad right there. And Tart holds on.
Tart really just allowing nothing to come even close to the net. Anything that passes by or even around that little semicircle of his, nothing is getting through.
Tart, one of the top players coming out of tryouts, of course. Tart is one of the most quality goaltenders you're going to find in college hockey so far. Very reliable, dependent, as Joey Hall does get the night off. Wearing the baseball cap. It's good to have a 1A, 1B goaltending situation here, allowing for both goaltenders to step in as necessary. Joey Hall, of course, getting 2 wins. Of course, an opening night against West Virginia and the home opener as well. Jess Hart last game, winning against West Virginia on the road. Coming now in, there they go. To the front, and a huge pad save right there by Tart on Colin Hurley. What a save by Tart, and the puck is thrown back in. Will this be iced? No. Now coming back to it, there's Brendan Boyle. Boyle with his partner in Cassell. They have changed the lines. Looks like they have 2 defensemen on the ice right now, as not seen before. Cassell has moved up to the second line of defense. Bodied out in front, Costigan. That cost a lot of energy for him for sure. Rushford now. Rushford, like a football player, trying to make a play with the puck and pushes down the opposing player while he had possession. There you go. Vedetta loses his stick. No call on that play. Rushford sends it forward.
This game's starting to get really physical here.
Most certainly.
You can tell.
No love lost between these 2 teams.
Rushford over to Anish Ratov. Anish Ratov to the front. Anish Ratov looking dynamic as ever. Reminds me a lot, like I said last night, a little bit of a Jordan Stahl in the National Hockey League. Very big-bodied two-way center that can pretty much do just about anything. Now chip back in once again. That was Stephen Baker, and he'll hit off for a quick change.
Just Hart, just wonderful. That goal we failed to touch on, but that one-on-one situation and where he came away with a save, absolutely fantastic to see.
What a great shot there by Hurley on Tart, but Tart just came out right on top. Mazakowski now with the slick moves. Put him on the dance floor with those moves right there. Laith Jadala now can't find that puck, and he will. Jadala now will try to find Anishatov. To the top, Banashevitz will keep it in the zone. Rush for the trailing man. Banashevitz just throws it at the net. Now the Pack are forechecking. The Pack on the attack. Ferrone now will send it back up, and it is intercepted well right there by Pompelli. Pompelli now through the zone, and Banashevitz now will try to push it away in the corner. Held at the point wall by Peace. Into the corner behind the net. Out in front, they shoot. What a save by Just Tart. Keegan Kelly had a great shot, but Just Tart, no problem for him.
Incredible game for Tart. These are some of the best shots James Madison's come off with all game, and he's coming up with the saves here.
The Dukes have awakened. Banashevitz now springing forward. Jadala tried to find him open, but couldn't quite get there. Jadala tried to make a power move on his way in, and then just a quality save there by Tom Harris. 6-0 with 6:16 left to go here. Pack converted well on the power play units. I believe now they're 2 for 3 on the night, if I'm not mistaken. It's a great night for sure for the special teams. They have improved immensely. Logan Ward will be talking with assistant coach Tim Healy at the intermission as well to figure out what changed since last night. Special teams last night were not that good, and tonight they're outstanding. Eric Mura now trying to hold it in. Just around the boards, Ferrone there to collect the puck.
Ferrone seeming to gravitate more towards the defensive side here tonight.
Mura last night, of course, was on the offensive. Big-bodied two-way defender. Great job in finding his way in. Intercepting that puck was Baker. Ferrone trying to get the puck out of the zone. Ferrone still back in the corner. The Dukes are on the attack. Robinson flitters it ahead, tries to find the open man in the neutral zone, and Todd just misses that. Ferrone with a good battle. Mura back on. As we were talking about a little bit earlier, Coach Gazzillo does not like to make line changes, but Ferrone has stepped in on that third line with Mura. A little bit of an interesting move there.
Absolutely.
And Johnson now. Johnson carries it forward. Johnson flying through the ice. Dynamic skater. Back pass to Robinson. Good move out to the slot. Robinson with a shot. He scores! Make no mistake. Alex Robinson's. How do we meet the Robinson right here? Third of the year. 7-0 NC State.
Robinson just doing a fantastic job. Second goal here today. Not much more you can say than that. Incredible offense. He's one goal away from a hat trick. As a player, you always got to be hoping for one of those.
Yep, you have to like seeing this out of the Wolfpack team right here. 6-0 lead, but they're still pushing it. They still want to play. They're all still competing out there, and just another great shot on goal.
One goal away from crazy eights here for the Pack.
Fantastic job here so far. There's nothing really to complain about from the Ice Pack's game so far. JMU definitely has some factors that they wish they could take back and change. You have to wonder about morale at this point for JMU. Being down 7-0, we've seen them get a lot chippier with this Ice Pack team. A lot more aggressive play.
Alvanzetti now working it through the back end. Alvanzetti now still working it in the corner. Waiting for an opportunity. Alvanzetti getting a goal last night. Looking to get a second. Alvanzetti, of course, a senior, final year with the Ice Pack. Just over the top. Trevor Merchant, New Jersey native, trying to pressure that puck well. Played overseas in Switzerland, of course, is the big story on Trevor Merchant. Great third line plug. Alfanzetti to the middle. Still misses that opportunity, and Cassell will chip that one out.
Definitely hear those fans banging on the glass whenever any players get close.
There goes Merchant. Merchant now working it through the blue line. Trevor Merchant now. Trevor Merchant with a good tip out there by Rush. Rush bodies down Merchant, but no problem there. Parker Cesarek in the right place at the right time. Wade Minter, of course, with the booming voice here at the Raleigh Iceplex, awaiting the announcement. Alex Robinson with the goal. Beautiful low blocker goal against Tom Harris. Eric Mura will get the assist on that play. as we talked about, a big-bodied defenseman who likes to pass, likes to have the puck on his stick. You want to have those kind of defensemen that transfer from UNC Charlotte, doing a great job. Transferred right before Charlotte actually got the victory in the tournament last year. A little bit of a surprising move. Could have had the opportunity to win with them. But, of course, education comes first for any of these players tonight. Zach Solai here alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson tonight. Back in the neutral zone, the pack carry it. There goes Halko. Halko had an open man and Drugan. Not quick enough to make anything happen, but Drugan will try to throw it to the front. Tip out in front by Halko. Just wide.
Ice Pack looking very good so far here in the neutral zone. Stealing the puck every chance they get and just doing a wonderful job with their aggressiveness and taking the puck away every chance they get from these Dukes.
Like you said earlier, Logan, you can tell James Madison is starting to get a little frustrated right now. You can kind of see it in their body language. Some of the hits they're taking, they're taking a lot of shots right now.
Oh, certainly.
Throwing pucks at the net, of course, is the story when you get a little bit of frustration with your strategy play, of course. Waiting on a high sticking call, and the play is stopped on that. Typically what happens is when the puck comes flying up, you can't bat that puck down if your stick is above your nose.
Yes.
Unless the play will be stopped, because in that situation you can make anything happen. They want to keep this game as fair as possible. As they teach you from the early days in hockey, keep your stick on the ice.
They want to keep it as fair as possible, and they want to keep it as safe as possible, too, because you never know with those high sticks if you accidentally might hit somebody, and that's an injury you don't want to see.
Especially from Cam Mazikowski last night, who got the injury. Not oblivious to, of course, stick injuries myself. I've been involved in quite a few over the years, primarily from coaching in my days. Anis Chertov now working through the middle. Anis Chertov will try to find the open man in Drugan. Can't find it. Coach Gazillo either changing up the lines once again or waiting for fresh bodies. And it's going to be a breakaway for Scott. He can make it and tucks it in. No mistake. Jess Tart with his first glaring mistake of the night. 7-1 now, Pack.
That's a frustrating mistake to see from Tart there. He just got a little too careless and went out to try to collect the puck. Left the goal wide open, and Scott just took advantage of that right there.
Yeah, it seemed to me that he kind of got stuck in the middle there. He wanted to get aggressive, and then he realized, he might get to it, and he kind of froze a little bit. So obviously, you'd like to have that one back, but a great job from James Madison getting that goal there.
Absolutely.
A little bit of an interesting face-off setup right there. Anis Chertov was coming out in front. Banashevitz and Jadala were trailing close behind instead of being more spread out. They really wanted to pressure that puck and try to get a quick breakout. We'll see how that goal defines the rest of the game. Pretty sure that won't set back the Pack anymore. They've really dominated the most part of this game. That was a silly little mistake from Tart, but nothing to be glaring at over the course of this game. Tart has made saves when he needed to. Jodala now with the shot, and Harris with the quick stop with $1:36 left to go here in this second period. Pack, of course, take on the Navy Midshipmen tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Puck drop will be here bright and early. We found out the Iceplex won't be doing promotional coffee like we suggested last night, Logan, so may need to talk to the marketing team about that. We will figure that out as the night goes on.
Certainly going to be an interesting take right there. Seeing all these players and how they're going to react to being up so early and so soon after having another match right here tonight. It's going to be interesting to see.
Anis Chertov with the win. Mazikowski with the bomber right to the front of the net. Good save there by Harris. Rush almost had that play. But Jadala now behind the net to the front of the net. Anis Chertov almost had that one. And now Anis Chertov. Anis Chertov working through the middle, loses his stick. Now carried forward by Rush. Rushing forward there with Baker. Rushford defending well. Rush on Rushford. Good play on names there. And now Banashevitz springing forward with Jadala. The dynamic duo of this first line. Banashevitz over Jadala. Make no mistake, Leith Jadala with the crazy 8 goal of the night. 8-1 with a buck left to go in this period. Hats being thrown on the ice there by Joey Hall. It's a hat trick.
That's a hat trick for Jadala right there. He's been everywhere so far this game. Absolutely wonderful performance here by this Ice Pack offense, and he has been one of the center points so far, making things happen with Banashevitz right there.
Sam Banashevitz taking the puck, giving it to Coach Tim Healy. That'll be Jadala's first hat trick in the ACCHL, breaking past Tom Harris. Ice Pack fans, do you remember this? 8 goals? Sound familiar? Should be. Ice Pack beat the JMU Dukes last year by a score of 8-4. Now it's 8-1. Defense has improved immensely, especially in terms of forward depth. Puck kept onside. Tip out in front. Trying to get the rebound there was Robinson, looking for his third of the night, if I'm not mistaken.
You have to keep in mind, though, this is only through 2 periods. There's plenty of opportunities for even more against these Dukes.
Mazikowski throws it through the net, just over the top of the net. You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Wayne Gretzky, Michael Scott. Now back in the corner. Robinson tried to make something out of that. Can't quite do it. Banashevitz, of course, with another assist. We need to figure out how many points Banashevitz has on this night. Too many to count, just about. We're going to find out soon here. 22 seconds left to go here on an icing call.
Definitely been one of the most active players that we've seen out here tonight. It seems like we're calling his name every single time they take that puck down that rink. You know, just having a veteran leader like that, it changes the entire offense and everything that you do. Like we've called his name so often. He is active out there.
It's going to be a big game for sure. There goes Johnson. Johnson has not made his voice heard on the score sheet tonight. Johnson with his first opportunity just chipped wide. Todd there for the rebound. Now working in, that's Robinson. Todd back out. Todd tried to take a shot in the high slot. He does. Good save there by Tom Harris. As time winds down for the period. What a period. Ran out of words there, Logan. 8-1 at the end of 2. What positives have you seen from both teams? I'm pretty much speechless.
Ice Pack, there's plenty of positives to talk about. Want to talk about their offense or their defense. They've stayed aggressive, they've gone for it, and they continue this game. And really, what more can you ask for? Their goal play has been fantastic. Their defense aggressive, and their offense is managing the game very well.
Yes, and their offense, and they're in cruise control right now, and you like to see that out of a team that sometimes when you take a little bit of a lead, sometimes guys start to get a little bit more passive, but they've kept it going.
And we'll be awaiting word from Coach Healy about what he thought of that second period and the first period right here on PackTV. Logan, Eric, and I will be right back here after the break.
Welcome back to PackTV. I'm Logan Ward here with Coach Healy. Coach, what have you liked out of your team so far in these first 2 periods?
Well, you know, in the locker room tonight before the game, we really talked about making it as if it was a period 4 from last night. Thinking, you know, we played a good second period last night. We played a really good third period, and then rolling it into the first period tonight, thinking that as almost period 4 and period 5, and keep building. And when you're in a tournament like that, that's what you want to do. You want to build throughout the tournament. And let's be honest, we could only go up after our first period last night, and we've done a nice job of going up through the 2 games now. Every line's contributing. Everyone's out there, you know, from that line with Vedetta and Costigan and Drugin. They're getting pucks deep. They're being physical. We're seeing Robinson and his line getting shots to the net. And over the last 2 games, we've really seen the emergency and the gelling of the Banashevitz line, which, I mean, they're forced right now. They're really playing well with that line.
Definitely. Jadala having a hat trick so far in this game. Who else have you really been impressed with so far in this game with the play of?
Well, I mean, you mentioned Jadala and you asked who else, but I want to stop there for a second. Jadala. Here's a guy who actually hadn't played in a couple years, but had played a really high level at an elite prep school back in. So it took him a little bit to get his legs underneath him. And now that his legs are underneath him, it's really been fun to watch him go. I also think you got to look at the DN. You know, a little Miles Ferrone, first time wearing a sweater out there for state tonight. He's done a nice job. And looking at the mentoring stuff that Davis Hudson has done back there with Halco and company. So it's been a great team effort. And Tart has really kept it simple, made saves look easy. Some of them look easier than they actually are because he's staying upright, angle, controlling rebound. He's done a nice job that way too.
And going into this third period, you're up 8-1. What do you hope to see out of this?
No injuries, because we got to come back early tomorrow. You know, it'll be early for us. We're playing Navy. Lord knows they probably are used to doing a lot by 8 o'clock. I don't know if our team is used to doing as much by 8 a.m. as the midshipmen are. But in all seriousness, get through, no injuries. It'd be nice to maybe get Robinson a hat trick, and then get ice time for some of our younger players too, like a Ferrone who's out there in the first time, being able to shuffle them through, get guys rest for like Mira, who had a beast of a game last night. Keep in mind, our core D, a lot of them we played with 5D down the stretch last night. So if we can get them some rest in this third period tonight, that will be huge going into tomorrow.
All right, well, thank you, Coach Healy. That's it for us right now. We'll be back soon.
NC State Television is the Wolfpack.
Little intermission break. Zach Saleh here for PackTV alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson. Some bland things to talk about. Here's some yada, yada, yada for all you stat keepers. Sam Benishevitz on the night does have a goal and 2 assists. Laith Jadala, of course, has the hat trick tonight, cleaned up a few rebounds. Throughout the game, I was thinking Banishevitz did have 2 goals on the night, but it was my mistake. Just confirmed it with PA voice Wade Minter. Huge thanks to everything that everyone does behind the scenes, of course, making sure that everything works properly. With these college games, it's sometimes hard to keep track of who gets what, partially because there's no official stat keepers like they do in the NHL, of course. Anis Chertov is back in the corner now, battling for it. Miles Ferrone now on that top defensive pair. Looks like Davis Hudson. And that is a very interesting move. I'm not sure who left the lineup. They might have ejected Ellis Rushford. That would make the most sense as Miles Ferrone is now taking that spot.
Rushford again just suffering from those penalties.
Now trying to chip ahead. That was Pompelli. Pompelli can't find it. Now Rush has it. Anis Chertov to Banishevitz. Jadala now back with the crisp pass. Jadala now works it back in. Looking for his 4th of the night. Call that a grand slam. Rush now. Rush on the 3-on-2 rush. Great name usage. Rush misses the very open pass to the middle of the slot. Rush, of course, looking for his 1st of the game. First goal scored, of course, by, I believe, Keegan Kelly, if I'm not mistaken, getting one of his 1st of the year. Keegan Kelly getting his 2nd of the year. Sam Banishevitz taking a little bit of a spill, laying on the ice for the extra flair, of course. It's a very tiring game, of course. Wanted to lay down there.
Got to get that rest before the Navy game.
Banishevitz, of course, is going to be okay. Tart with the quick cover up, and the play is stopped. James Madison not looking that much better in the first 5 minutes here of this game. But then again, you're down by 7. What do you do here, Eric?
You just got to keep going. Like I said over the break, that today NC State's been the better team, and you got to keep going, try to finish this game strong. It's always tough being down 7 goals, and they just got to hold strong for the last 18 and a half minutes.
Robinson looking for the Hattie. That was a funny sequence of events. The puck hit the glass behind Tart, and the light went on in the Zamboni room. Someone must have woken up there. I know I would have. Now working it through the middle. Now back to the point. Looking for the shot. That was Baker with the fan, and now Robinson will push it up to Johnson. Johnson with speed. Johnson now looking for the man. A little bit of a wing the wagon. Work now through the corner. Just misses that.
O'Rourke a fan of those longer shots, seemingly. Trying to get something to go from out there. Had one that looked pretty good, but Jadala managed to tip that one in.
It's called a spinorama, of course, not the wing a wagon. Again, my dictionary is improving every single day as the puck is chipped out of play. Riley Johnson has been one of the more dynamic skaters we've seen this year for the Ice Pack. If you remember last year, not a lot of players were as silky as skater so far as Luis Jimenez. Riley Johnson looking now to be one of the better skaters for this team. Johnson will not get called on that play. The ref was even looking like, do I call that or not? Decides not to. I mean, at this point, what more can you do? JMU is down by 7. The Ice Pack has really good, strong defense from their forwards.
Yeah, at what point do you just let this game go, let these guys play?
Tart making the executive decision to hang on to that one. That was Sean Biglin heading in on that one. Key players tonight, of course, have been Laith Jadala, Alex Robinson, Sam Banishevitz, Jess Tart, and even the goaltender for JMU just is looking on and is probably wondering a lot of different things. What do you think he's wondering there, Eric?
What's for dinner? I didn't know what to say.
Definitely.
I don't think he does either.
Yeah, nobody knows what to say at this point. Down 8-1 here. Eric Mura now working it behind the back.
Probably going to have some words with his defense after this one.
Definitely looking forward to that one. Most of these goals tonight, in fairness, haven't really been on him. Mura now to the front of the net. Trying to find Trevor Merchant in the slot. Can't quite find it.
Looks like Merchant just oversold on that one a little bit.
Mura bodies it down. It looks like that was Kyle Sopolik. Not exactly sure who that was. The numbers sometimes are a little bit confusing here on the ice. But Trevor Merchant now will work it through. Merchant now through the side. Merchant to the top. Tries to find Alfonzetti. Can't quite find it. Cesarek now into the boards. Now pressing in the corner. That was Peace. Peace back out. Rushford is back on the ice. Ferrone Still on the bench, used as an extra body. Mazikowski still paired with Rushford. Mazikowski donning a little bit of a chin bandage after the last night's little bit of a hustle-cussle. Now back into the corner, there's Scott. Scott handling the puck in the corner. There goes to Keegan Kelly. Keegan Kelly with a shot just wide. Mazikowski now will hang on to it. Vedetta now rushing through the middle. Mazikowski cleans up the loose change in the middle a bit. Loses his stick. That was Nick Pompelli. Pompelli, the first-line right winger on that play.
Pompelli and Mazikowski, it seemed, just got a little tangled up there as Mazikowski removed the stick from him.
Mazikowski now through the middle. Vedetta misses the pass. Costigan tries to pressure the man. Vedetta and Costigan on the forecheck. Now carried back. There's Keegan Kelly once again. The right shot looks like he's a pretty big body. 6'1", I would assume. Now in the corner, there's Scott. Scott tries to find the man. Keegan Kelly behind the net to the front. Can't find anything. Goes for the bullet at the point. Rush has it. Rush throws it to the front. Loses it.
Looks like a player got a stick to the face, seemingly.
Trying to find the number. A little bit of a shove out in front there by Ryan Scott. And now we got an all-out brawl in the front. Scott is the man down, so that was Keegan Kelly who got a little bit of a shove there from Mazikowski.
Tension's definitely high here.
We're going to take another elongated pause. If you want to bring us popcorn, that'd be great, because we're going to be sitting back and enjoying what's going to be the penalty conversation of this play now. Zach Solai here, Logan Ward, Eric Peterson for our PackTV, bringing you into the Pack. Pack up 8-1 in the third period with about 15 minutes left to go. Special teams tonight have improved for the Pack vastly. Several power play goals on the night, if I'm not mistaken, 2 for 3, killing off most of the penalties tonight. Pretty much all of them, actually.
Really just incredible performance change from last night, where they struggled immensely, especially in that first period. They weren't, especially on special teams though, they weren't really able to bring it back even in the second and third periods. But tonight they've just been dominant in that neutral zone, and especially on these special teams.
Now waiting, Ward. Mazikowski heads off, and looks like they're putting who else in the box? Ellis Rushford. Banashevitz there looking confused. He's just like, what is going on? Now Gazzillo is having his way with the refs. Still no one is sure what's going on. Ellis Rushford giving a 5-minute penalty. Looks like it's sort of a misconduct penalty. I wouldn't be surprised. They're not going to throw him out. But does this mean he'll be suspended for tomorrow's match? Not entirely sure.
He may be. He's got to take care with those penalties. He gets those way too often.
Even if he isn't going to be suspended for tomorrow, Coach Gazzillo might need to look at the lineups for tomorrow. Being this undisciplined is never a good option, of course, for any player. Banashevitz now talking to Rushford through the glass. Not exactly sure if you can hear it through the glass, but
That's not something you want here either. You got a 7-goal lead and you just got a 5-minute penalty. You just gotta be smarter than that.
Banashevitz looking over the glass to talk to Rushford.
off the draw win there by Vedetta. Vedetta with the win, and Hudson now around the back, working it through the zone. Now back at the top, looks like that was Boyle. Boyle at the top. Now there is one of the Duke players now pushing it forward. Back in the corner, now there's Rush. Rush with an opportunity. Vedetta had an opportunity to pinch right there. Decided to play a little bit more hesitant. Rush now with a good block. Now trying to get back out in front. Drugan couldn't get on the breakaway there. Drugan taking number 16. Hayden Dewey's number from last year. Now going to UNC.
Oh, big mistake.
Vedetta, huge save there by Tom Harris. Tom Harris, of course, standing tall very well. And now carrying it back through the corner. There's Rush. Rush and Baker lead the rush. On the attack with a quick shot. Number 4, huge save there from Just Hart. Now back there's Baker. Baker circling the wagons. Rush with a good pass. To the slot with a shot. Good block out in front. Something's on the ice. Not exactly sure what that is. Could be a mouth guard. Puck comes flying out.
One of the holes in the net just gave through.
Someone's got themselves a souvenir down there.
Promotional hard hats. A new thing to add to the marketing program here for State.
Looks like they threw it back on the ice. No souvenir for
You're
that.
supposed to keep that one.
Yeah, why didn't you? A little bit of extra commentary from us.
End of the day, we are also fans.
Always. Just as we are working in the sport, we are all fans of the sport, and that's exactly what you need to be. And especially to the fans of a sport, huge thanks to Ice Pack Game Day for providing up-to-date stats, assisting with the PackTV crew in any way that can. A really great supplement to all fans following along on Twitter who can't tune into the broadcast. Huge thanks to them as Jess Hart makes another big save. Now in the corner, there's Keegan Kelly. Kelly back to the point with a quick shot out in front. Jess Hart swallows that hole like a pumpkin pie in the middle of Thanksgiving.
Just when I thought I heard it all tonight. Brussels sprouts, pumpkin pie.
I'm really excited for Thanksgiving.
There's been so many that I can't remember what the other ones were, but there's probably at least 5 more of those.
Thanksgiving is approaching here, and the Ice Pack have a lot to be thankful for, up to 8-1. Possibly going to be going 4-0 on the season so far. Back at the point, there goes Cassell. Cassell takes a shot just wide. O'Rourke with the great clear. As we talked about last night, O'Rourke and Rushford were involved in the Hurricanes promotional video, showing that to the fans before every single game. Seeing Commissioner Raleigh in between the penalty boxes for tonight's game as well. 13:35 left to go here. State on the penalty kill once again with penalty trouble from none other than Ellis Rushford. About 3 minutes, 5 seconds left to go on this one. 5-minute penalty. I believe it was for roughing. A bit of a major penalty. Now rushing through the zone, that's Peace. Peace into the corner, behind the back. There's Kelly. Cesarek now pressuring him. Cesarek wants that puck. Cesarek will not get it.
Seems like the Ice Pack is trying to slow things down here a little bit. A lot less of aggressive play here from them. Still dominant, though, on both ends here so
Cesarek
far.
can't get it away. Peace now has it. Will clear it back in. Can't get the change. Mura will try to get it out. Cesarek was waiting for the jump pass. Couldn't exactly get it. O'Rourke now finagles that puck. We'll send it flying back. And the Pack get a change. Really great job there by the JMU Dukes to push it forward here. Now pushing it forward, there goes Baker. Baker now at the far end. Great job by Trevor Merchant on the back check to make a good defensive play.
Things much slower here in this third period. Trying to slow things down. You wonder if Coach Healy is definitely instructing his players just to keep calm.
Ian O'Rourke visibly shaken up after a recent shot block. Alfonsetti trying to get on the breakaway, can't find it. Left at the blue line. Alfonsetti now with the opportunity to re-enter the zone. Alfonsetti, he will try to make a little bit of a sauce play. Sometimes you got the juice, sometimes you got the sauce. That time, had neither. A little bit thirsty now. There's Alfonsetti. Now working through the corner, there's Baker. Mazikowski with a great defensive pinch.
Ice Pack just taking their time here. On the penalty kill as well, I have to wonder how much that takes effect into their game plan, leaving their 2 defenders right now just back, although they have not been... Yeah, there has not been a lack of offensive production either, as they've had it.
Rush alongside. It looks like on the other side that was Pompelli. Pompelli waiting for it. My mistake, that's number 27 for the JMU Dukes. They're adding new players every period. Rush now with a bomber. Goalie's best friend. That hit the post right there. Rush will try again. Rush with another bullet. Now just wide. Think batting practice for basketball. Baseball, rather. Completely wrong sports.
I'd like to see a batting practice for basketball.
3-point contest at the baseball field.
We are going to be sticking to hockey on this broadcast. Zach Solai alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson here.
Up until those last 2 Ian Rush shots, Pack did a great job of contesting every single shot there. That was a great job on their defense to contest every single one of those shots. I couldn't get that one out.
It's all right, Eric, for sure. And now coming back in, players are slipping up everywhere. That was Ryan Scott with the recent trip. Now comes all the way back out. Now at the point, there goes Peace. Peace tried to get it in with a great job back-checking there by Johnson. Setting up a box formation in the box. Working into the middle. Can't quite find it. And Ferrone gets there. Ferrone will try to go for the clear. Back around the boards. Johnson will get it back out of the zone. Robinson gets it. Penalty is over now for the Pack. Very long penalty kill for them with 10-10 left to go here. There's Ryan Scott. Ryan Scott now along the boards with a big battle against Alfonsetti. Now carrying back in is Robinson. Robinson looking for his 3rd of the night, 4th of the year. Flanking him is Johnson and Jadala. Jadala, of course, with the big man tonight, has the hat trick. And it looks like somebody wants to go home into the net. You can't get up.
Looks like he knocks the net around. And
Net goes off the moorings. That should be a penalty on Cassell. They won't call it.
Knocked the net off its mooring, seemingly intentionally to buy himself some time.
Exactly, and typically that would be a penalty. They're not going to go back and review that.
Looks like they may actually be talking about something here.
Some of the players on the ice pack bench are like, what's going on? That should be a penalty. They won't call it.
I'm sure NC State at this point, they want to get these 20 minutes done, but that was, as a coach for NC State, he has to be proud of what they did there on defense to kill that all 5 minutes right there. That was a great job.
Cassell trapped in his own net, of course. Not exactly you see very often. You can say trapped in your own zone, but in your own net? A little bit of a slip up there, but of course Harris doing a great job of defending Cassell. Cassell, of course, on the ground. Now play is stopped. Hand pass called there by the ref with 9:13 left to go here. The Ice Pack take on Navy tomorrow as the third and final game of the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. Will most likely walk away tonight with the win. Heading into next week, the Ice Pack will take on the Duke Blue Devils. Duke today getting beaten hard. Duke has had roster issues for years now, and it's still not getting better, but still they will put up an interesting fight against the Pack, having a great goaltending and defensive core. Jadala now trying to work it back in on Nistratov to the front of the net. Bandersevich tried to bang that one in, some loose change out in front. Still nothing there for him. Now carrying it back in is Keegan Kelly. Keegan Kelly flies right over the blocker of Jest Hart. Brendan Boyle now sends it into the corner.
No, we were talking about the skill tournament earlier. They struggled with that, Duke especially, being the only team to score 0 points in any of the skill competitions.
The Ice Pack, of course, getting fourth. We're going to find out shortly who got the first place of the skills competition so far.
I believe that was UVA, actually.
Oh, I can pull that up right now.
Absolutely. I want to say it's Virginia.
I took a picture of it.
We briefly walked past the board out in the front.
University of Virginia with 15 points, tied with UNC Charlotte.
Charlotte, of course, the reigning ACCHL champions. UVA the year before. State lost to both teams in the tournament so far. Big thanks to Eric Peterson coming in clutch.
No problem. My pleasure. Anytime.
8:18 left to go here. Not a lot really going on in terms of activity. You want to say that the Ice Pack have done a great job defending on that penalty kill, and they did. They did let a lot of opportunities get through the tart, but in the end, they still killed the penalty.
Everything just feels kind of sluggish at this point, like they're just ceremoniously playing these final minutes.
Halco in with the goal.
Saying that, then they score.
You jinxed it.
If you look on the ice right now, look at the skates of, I believe that is a Nistratov, Jadala, and Halco right there. Yellow skates. That is a team tradition held by the Ice Pack. We're now at 9 goals. Halco, of course, gets the puck for his first as an Ice Pack member. The yellow skates signify you don't have a goal yet. Once you get the goal, take off the yellow skates. Sort of like training wheels, in a sense. Halco will get those skates removed soon. Nistratov and Jadala will get those laces removed very, very soon, for sure.
Absolutely wonderful play by all three of them.
Great job tonight from all of them. We'll see who gets the assists on those. We will tally up points before our post-game report here on PackTV. Zach Sawaye joined here with Logan Ward and Eric Peterson. We will talk most likely with head coach Mike Gazzillo following the game alongside our player of the game, which undoubtedly will be Laith Jadala. Halco with the goal is announced by Wade Minter. Matt Costigan, elbowed to the ground by Brendan Boyle. An unassisted goal there by Halco. No one helped him out on that one, but Halco with great speed rushing up through the middle on that play. Vedetta in the corner working around the boards. Vedetta now working to the front. A little bit of a bad rebound control there from Tom Harris. Harris been looking a little bit rusty all night. Needs to improve before tomorrow's game, or they may end up starting Daniel Toth in tomorrow's tilt. With 7:03 left to go, looks like they're opting for a running clock here.
Looks as though that's the way to go, as this game is all but decided.
The puck did not stop. Play is still going. In the corner, there's Cassell. Cassell with the battle against Costigan. Costigan, a great fourth-line grinder on the team, of course. And a penalty will be called on the Pack. A tripping call. And they are opting for a running clock. The play did stop.
8-point differential here in the third period. You have to wonder if really everybody just wants this game to be over at this point.
You have to give credit to these fans too. They're still here strong, rooting for the Pack, and it's a great atmosphere here tonight.
Always. These Ice Pack fans, every bit of the game as much as the players. Although the players, being the ones who actually do the hockey.
I just did the math in my head, ladies and gentlemen. It is the weekend. The Ice Pack have a plus 23 goal differential on the season so far. That is incredible. 29 goals for, 6 goals against on the year. The defense has improved immensely. Talking a lot last year about defensive lapses for the Pack, especially in the ACCHL tournament. This year seems like a tight-knit machine going on. Very good defensive passes back and forth with the running clock, of course. Eric Mura taking a seat for a tripping call. Stopping the clock now.
Appears the referees did want the clock to stop. The clock keeper just letting it roll.
They may want to give back some time there, but of course there's several other games to be played here, so it may go on just a little bit longer. Tyler Alfonzetti now will rush it forward. Trevor Merchant now on the penalty kill. Alfonzetti trying to make something happen when they're down a man. Can't quite do it. Alfonzetti went through the middle. Alfonzetti, now the rich man of the NC State Ice Pack, getting a $1,000 scholarship award from the ACCHL for being ACC Scholar of the Year last year. So kids, if you're listening, hard work pays off in school.
4.0 in nuclear engineering. That's an impressive feat for anybody, even if they don't play hockey.
God bless Tyler Alfonzetti doing God's work. And now the puck is shipped out of play with 5:10 left to go.
Looks like they're now going to stop the clock. No more rolling clock.
With 9 goals against, Eric, what's got to be the morale here for JMU heading into the final minutes of this game?
It's got to be tough, but it's a true test of character here, knowing that you got to kind of get through these next 5 minutes and keep giving 100%, because as good as this NC State team is, they can still put up a couple more.
Definitely. Hudson trying to make something happen there, and Costigan with the rush all the way back in. Really great job. Was kind of grabbing onto the boards right there, trying to brace themselves. Rush with incredible speed going through the middle. But taken away well by Hudson with the easy clear. Joey Hall batting his blocker onto the boards in support of his team. Playing great tonight in front of Jess Tart. You have to wonder, in the games when Jess Tart has played, the Ice Pack have played considerably better defensively. It's going to be something we talk about with Coach Gazzillo going forward here.
Most certainly. And, it's good to have chemistry with both of these goalies, as they clearly do have chemistry with Joey Hall as well. But Tart has definitely been the better of the two goalies through these 4 games so far.
Rush keeps it in with the bomber, scores! Tip out in front. It looks like that will be Pumpelli with the tip in. 9-2 now, Ice Pack.
That's a score for JMU on the power play as well. The Ice Pack failing in the final seconds of that penalty kill.
I'm sure Ian Rush is happy to get one of those slap shots in there. We've seen probably 5 or 6 of those, and I'm sure he's feels good about getting one of those in, despite what's going on with this game right now.
Pumpelli will get the goal. That was a tip out in the slot out in front, but in all honesty, too little, too late here.
Scoreboard has yet to be updated.
It will be soon. Wade Minter will be announcing the call, of course, and we will get the official word on that. 9-2 heading into the final waning minutes of this game, but doesn't really matter that much. The Pack have dominated for most of this game. So they will be giving it to Rush. Swear on my life I saw Pumpelli with the tip out in front, but we always may be missing something up here. With my dictionary, of course, I may be wrong on many aspects. Now carrying it through the middle, there's Keegan Kelly. Back out to the front. Clap bomb, tip out in front with a rebound in front of the net on the doorstep. The Dukes fire went home 9-3 now, making things a little interesting. That was Keegan Kelly.
Sloppy play from the Ice Pack here. They're just letting everything go at this point. There may only be 3 minutes and 36 seconds remaining, but you still got to play hockey.
Absolutely. That'll be, I believe, Keegan Kelly's 4th of the year. One of the team leaders now for Keegan Kelly in terms of goals. Doing a great job in leading that as well, number 8. Great first-line center for them as well. Blatant ship on Banashevitz out there in front. Offsides call. Banashevitz down. Looks hurt. That is not good.
Took a hard hit right there. JMU, despite scoring 2, still feeling particularly chippy out there.
Looks like Banashevitz just went down there. A little bit of a kind of a wind got knocked out of you kind of play. He looks to be fine.
Looks to be that way.
Wouldn't be surprised to see several scratches for tomorrow's tilt. The Ice Pack do have 8 healthy scratches to work through for tomorrow's match, if anybody sleeps past their alarm. Anis Turtov Makes
Wide
no
left.
mistake on that shot, just can't get it in. Great shot from Anistertov. Ian O'Rourke now with the quick opportunity, of course, to make the rush back in. Banashevitz with a great tip out in front there by, I think that is Brendan Boyle. Mura.
I have to wonder if the Pack are feeling like they need a little bit of vengeance here, giving up those 2 easy goals.
O'Rourke now through the middle. O'Rourke, what a dangle move off the side of the cage. Jadala now. Jadala, who has 3 on the night. You would think he'd be done. Banashevitz with the power move. Banashevitz tried to get to the slot, couldn't find it. Mura with a clap bomb. And Tom Harris, too little, too late.
Right in the breadbasket.
Ice Pack continuing their attack here, but this feels like it's just kind of a moot point at this point. 6-point differential, 2 minutes and 22 seconds remaining. Feels like this one is all but over at this point.
Stick taps on the pads there for Harris. Considering JMU's lackluster defense tonight, Harris has really done the best that he could in terms of circumstances. That's the right word. Now working it through the middle, there's Baker. Now taken away there's Cesarek. Cesarek through the middle of the neutral zone. Cesarek trying to put some salt in the wound. Harris kind of leaning into that one, right into the breadbasket. Put well there by Eric.
Thank you.
Ice Pack doing a fantastic job on offense, still trying to press it even further. You have to wonder if they're trying for 10 points here, almost matching the score, actually, that they had against JMU last year in the game that we keep referencing.
Of course. One more goal for JMU, and it will almost be a complete repeat of that, but the Ice Pack have scored one more here. The Ice Pack have looked much better defensively tonight. Of course, you may always get hit with the kind of the last minute, we're kind of done with this game kind of blues.
Yes.
But nonetheless, Coach Gazzillo will talk to his team about that. Letting 2 goals in the span of less than 5 minutes is not something to be proud of. Cam Mazakowski now with the slick moves. Alfanzetti to Cesarek. Cesarek with a shot, a huge save by Harris. Can't find the rebound. That caught him up high, but he's fine. His mask looks a little bit broken. Daniel Toth ready to step in if need be.
Have to wonder if that was actually from earlier as well, early in that first period where he took a shot to the head.
Just as a reference, Daniel Toth is 6'8". I am 5'8".
Yes.
A whole foot taller than me. I would be afraid to be shooting on that goalie.
Have to imagine he takes up a lot of that net.
Now Rush behind the cage, who has a goal tonight, as the official word states. Now carried back out, Drugan. Drugan with a little bit of presence tonight. We'll probably see him in the lineup a little bit more as time goes on. Coach never wants to keep his players off the ice, wants to get everyone working, but at the same time you want to ice your best players. Now carrying it through the middle are the Dukes with the quick shot. No problem for Jess Tart, cherry picking. 1 minute on the nose remaining here. The Ice Pack will now have 12 points on the year. 2 wins in the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. There's not much else left to say here heading into the final waning minutes of this game. The story of tonight has been Laith Jadala. Absolutely here, Logan.
Jadal has just been fantastic, and he's led this dominant performance for the Ice Pack. Really very little to complain about. Have a couple slips of focus, and that's led to all 3 goals here, honestly.
Just out of the reach of Vedetta, this will be an icing call here. Honestly, should just run the clock.
Mercifully end this one for both teams.
Special shout out to our camera crew and directors who are right behind us here, who have been able to handle my insane talking and loud voice for the majority of this game. We really appreciate everyone here at PackTV and you viewers for tuning in as well, helping us really to make sure we give quality coverage to a quality sports team in the NC State Ice Pack. With a shot out in front through the wickets of Jess Hart.
It's another late goal given up by the Ice Pack. That's not a good sign.
That's going to Colin Hurley. They're really letting it slip right there. Not much else left to do here for the Pack. The Dukes are really trying to come back. If you remember famously, of course, in the third Mighty Ducks movie, the junior varsity Ducks came out to a commanding lead, 8-1 in their very first game under new head coach after Gordon Bombay left, and then gave up 7 simultaneously, causing their first tie. Charlie Conway essentially gave up. Mighty Ducks, of course, a hollowed hockey movie.
It's tough to see those goals given up at the very end of the game, though. Definitely sloppy, and it doesn't reflect well on Tart.
Tonight won't be a similar situation like the Mighty Ducks, of course. The Pack will still come away with the win.
Yes.
27 seconds left to go here. I'm going to stop saying, though, they will come away with the win, because it seems like every time I say that, they score. With another shot just over the top. Johnson now tried to chip it ahead to himself. A little bit of a misplay on that one. Johnson tonight will be the first night he's been held scoreless as an Ice Pack member, ending a 4-game goal streak. Robinson running into one of the Duke players. Looks like that was Cassell.
As they stop the clock yet again with 12 seconds remaining.
Following the game here, PackTV will be bringing you a quick final post-game report here, and we'll be talking with, of course, our player of the game, Laith Jadala, alongside head coach Mike Gazzillo to figure out the ins and outs and strategy for tomorrow. 7 seconds left to go here in this very back-and-forth game. The Ice Pack virtually gave up towards the end, but still doesn't matter. The Ice Pack walk away now 2-0 in the Stephen Russell Memorial Tournament. 9-4 the final score here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Thank you all for tuning in. Logan and Eric, let's get some quick recaps from you guys before we head into our post-game reports.
Just an absolutely incredible effort by the Ice Pack here today. They gave up some very sloppy goals here in the third period and only one in the second period, which was just a lapse of focus by Tart. Overall, though, dominant in every facet of the game, whether that be on offense, defense, or special teams. There's very little to find fault with here for the Ice Pack.
Yeah, and while it's tough to lose 9-4, the last 3 goals, it gives them some confidence in tomorrow that, you know what, they had a tough 2 periods, but they finished strong, and it just kind of goes to show the character of that team over there. So it was a good job by James Madison.
Really great game as well as the players line up for handshakes. We're going to take a break here on PackTV. We'll be back soon for a little bit of a post-game report, and we'll be joined shortly by Laith Jadala and head coach Mike Gazzillo right here on PackTV.
The words of Wade Minter, Pack win. 9-4 victory here at the Raleigh Iceplex for the Ice Pack over the Dukes. Zach Sawai here alongside Logan Ward and Eric Peterson. It's been a huge game. A lot of great things happening first. Let's talk about JMU. We're going to be talking about the Pack quite a bit going into the next part here. So what happened with JMU tonight? Scored 4 goals. Good offensive showing towards the end when the Pack slowed down. But for most of the game, what happened?
Yeah, I think NC State just proved that they were a better team. Whatever they did was strategy, just being more physical, quicker than James Madison. But you had to give credit to them for how they finished the game strong, because it's easy a moment like that where you can just fold and just kind of let it get to you. They came out, had 3 goals, got some good shots off, and even early on in the game they had a couple shots that Ian Rush just missed, but at the end there they capitalized on a couple good plays.
Tom Harris as well was also in a tough spot tonight. They didn't opt to change in for Daniel Toth. Why do you think they didn't let the goaltending change happen?
They might be using their other goalie for tomorrow's game. Might be doing it Friday, Sunday. Who knows? Sometimes you just gotta kind of have to wear it sometimes as a player when you're in a position like that.
Holding momentum as well. Goaltending change would change the entire momentum of the game, of course. Holding in Just Hart, of course, throughout the entire game. Played outstanding after the Ice Pack defense decided to kind of have a lackluster final 5 minutes here. For most of the game, great. The stories of tonight, of course, were our player, the Wolfpack Outfitters player of the game, rather. Laith Jadala, outstanding game from him. His first hat trick in the ACCHL, also had one of his first goals tonight. Alex Robinson had a great showing as well. Undoubtedly, Sam Benishevitz is captain clutch for a reason here. Even with Ryan Kinney sitting out, that second line really did great wonders. Alex Robinson, Riley Johnson, and I believe who also on that line, I'm pretty sure, was Trevor Merchant. What did you think of the entire performance of all 4 lines tonight, moving up and down the roster?
Oh, it was absolutely incredible. The fact that all lines were able to contribute in some way, it's really good to have that depth on your roster. And the fact that everybody can contribute, it's just a great feeling, really, for everybody, because they all come away feeling good about this win.
Special teams, for the most part tonight, was perfect. A few lapses towards the end. Pack did get about 2 power play goals tonight, if I'm not mistaken. We'll retabulate stats shortly here. But still, penalty kill looking good for most of the night. Better than last night. Still gave up a couple goals tonight on the penalty kill. Talk about how special teams improved tonight.
Special teams was just better across the board. They worked better in the neutral area. They worked better on the face-offs, and especially on those power plays and penalty kills. You just can't ask for much better than they had tonight. They had a few lapses, but when you can score on those power plays, that's not much you can really ask for past that.
Absolutely, and going into the next game as well, tomorrow against Navy, it's going to be a sharp competition. Pack have a quick turnaround. They're going to get undressed, head home, get to bed. Puck drop is at 8 a.m. tomorrow. We'll be here bright and early with our promotional coffee. We'll be talking intensely with somebody about that for sure. Eric, we want to thank you for joining us tonight as well.
Nope, thank you guys for having me here do the commentary with you guys, and I thought you guys did a great job and enjoyed doing it today.
JMU, of course, since you specialize in them, you were hoping for a little bit more of a better turnout from them, of course, but we want to thank you for your insight into the game as well. It was absolutely fantastic.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
It's going to be a quick turnaround as well for us. We're going to take a quick break here. We'll go back here with Wolfpack Outfitters Player of the Game, Laith Jadala, and head coach Mike Gazzaro right here on PackTV. Silence about the arena once again here at the Raleigh Iceplex. Zach Salwaye alongside head coach Mike Gazzaro. Mike, thank you for joining us tonight.
Yep, anytime.
It's been a huge game tonight and a great one as well. Last year at this time, State did end up losing the second game of the Stephen Wilson Memorial Tournament, 6-1 to Virginia. Now going in 2-0 into tomorrow's match against Navy. Is there motivation to win the tournament or just to get points in the standings?
I mean, the number one goal is to win the tournament, is to win the 3 games, right? I mean, if you go 3-0, that's what gets you, points for, getting to the end of season tournament and everything. The skills competition, helps out. Parker did great. He won the speed skate today. Joey Hall came in second in the goaltending thing, which was, really great to see. And it'd be nice to win. I mean, it's been a couple years since we won it, and it'd be really nice to win it, but we got to make sure we get 3 game wins.
Jess Hart today did absolutely outstanding as well. A little bit of a few slip-ups at the end, but it was obvious the Ice Pack players were looking gassed out there. Talk about Jess' performance tonight and your reason for starting him over Joey.
Honestly, Alex made that decision, so he's the goalie coach, and I'm letting him make the decisions on the guys that are playing, and I'm not going to micromanage him. And so far, he's doing a pretty good job of it, I'd say, and he's got his finger on the pulse of what's going on with the guys, and he talks to them to practice games and stuff like that. So, I'm going to let him make those decisions, and I'm fine with what he's doing. As far as Jess's game, I mean, he played really well. He made some really good saves. Energized the guys, early on. I'm not saying that at the end he didn't play well. I just, I don't know the guys played in front of him as well as they probably could have. But again, we got the win, and getting stupid penalties and putting ourselves down and giving them opportunities to get power play shots, and it is what it is.
Speaking of penalties tonight, of course, special teams was remarkably better than last night, killing most of the penalties tonight, 2 power play goals on the night. Talk to us about what was said to kind of change up special teams for tonight.
I don't necessarily know that we changed anything. I think we wanted to be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more of our where we are in the defensive zone. Get the puck, let's just get it out. We don't need to be fancy with it. Just simple things. Sometimes work the best, right? And don't try to overdo it. Just do the simple things, and we did that, and it worked well for us.
The big story tonight, of course, was Laith Jadala quitting hockey for 2 years and finding out State has a hockey team, trying out and making it tonight. First hat trick of the night. When did the yellow laces come off his skates?
They're probably off right now. His and Devin got his first goal, so I'm sure he took his off. But yeah, I mean, it was funny. The first day of practice, the tryouts, Tuesday, I was having lunch with Sam and Ian, and we were just talking, and we had gotten a couple of interests, but a lot of them were from high school kids. And so I was just kind of going through it, and all of a sudden his popped up, and Ian looked over and went, "Leithy's back?" And I said, "Oh, you know him?" And he's like, "Oh, yeah." And and then Luis Jimenez sent me a text from Spain, "Hey, my buddy's going to try out for the team." So, yeah, he's doing well. He's a great guy. They love him in the locker room, so it's good to have him.
Especially good to hear from Luis as well, now playing hockey over in Spain and Barcelona. Have you heard from him at all recently besides that text?
I haven't heard from him. We saw his first goal, his first pro goal, which was really sweet. And, yeah, I mean, he's doing well. I know he's doing well, and he's having a good time over there, so, good for him.
One of the first products of head coach Mike Gazzilla's program here. It's been outstanding as well. Of course, the mustache, teaching everybody correctly. One thing that'll be a staple here as well, but more importantly, quick turnaround for tomorrow's 8 a.m. match against Navy. What's the message to the team heading into that one?
I told them Navy at 8 o'clock in the morning, they've already been up 3 hours. They've already run a few miles. I mean, they're going to be as fresh in the third period as they are in the first. So you got to go home and you got to make good decisions and you got to get some rest. And, getting here at 7 a.m., it's going to roll around quick. So, after that, I know Sam and Ian are going to talk to them and, let your conscience be your guide there. Hopefully they come out ready to play.
It's going to be a big, quick turnaround for sure. Thank you for joining us, Coach. Signing off for Logan Ward, I'm Zach Solwaye for PackTV. Thank you for watching tonight, supporting everything that the Ice Pack does, as well as the PackTV broadcast crew. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow if you're awake, of course. Thank you. Have a great night.